to lead the SKOL chant and sound the Yeller horn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. SKOL, 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 baby. Let's go.
Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome to a special Wednesday edition of the Let's SKOL Show. I'm Fish. With me, as always, I've got Mr. Positivity, Cody Bowden. He who greets with smoke, Skullful Shack. And our captain, Keith. He is here with us, everybody. Tonight, we got a recap of our Week 7 game against the Eagles and a preview of our Thursday night game tomorrow night against those Los Angeles Chargers. We got the State of SKOL. Are we just mid? Can we make improvements? Our gauntlet got off to a bad start. Is it time to panic? Still no JJ. It's Wentz time. But could the answer really be a UDFA rookie? How's the NFC North looking heading into Week 8? And we're going to talk a little bit about tomorrow night's game against the Chargers. And I think we got some enemies lined up. Cody's going to call it. We're going to go around the Gallahorn and give our weekly predictions and hot takes. But before we jump into all that, let's break this ice. Guys, if you had to sit next to one current Viking on a 5-hour flight, who would it be and why? Take it away, Shaq.
Oh, I know. If it was up to me, I know Vikings fans will probably hate me for this, but I'm trying to have a good time. I'm hanging with Jordan Addison. Because I know one day we about to turn up and we about to have a good time. So
you're gonna drink that little plain bar dry, huh?
And we're gonna call Uber, so I make sure he's safe.
Good plan. Way to be there for him, Shaq. Good looking out.
You know, after we turn up, Uber, and we take everybody back home. That's how we do it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be flying the plane, Shaq, if I'm hanging with you two. Like, let me in that cockpit. Who you got, Cody?
So this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going with Everson Griffin.
Well, he's not current, Cody.
He's not current, but I get you want to cause a ruckus.
No, I don't think I want to get kicked off a plane, so it's not going to be Everson. Sorry, Everson. That's not a good thing to say on this. I'm going to go with the highly paid Justin Jefferson, so he can buy every single drink with me on the side of the plane. So I'm with that too. Wide receivers get all the love right now on that airplane.
We turning up over here.
Yeah. You guys just trying to get your party on for 5 hours.
So I got to be the one, huh? I'm going to be sitting next to Hitman. Me and him are going to be in dead silence. I'm going to be like, I hate flying. And I ain't going to say a damn word to him. And I know he just strikes me as the kind of guy that likes a quiet trip.
Well, damn, Fish. I guess he's sitting bitch because I'm sitting next to Harrison Smith too.
No.
He's just sitting on his lap.
He's sitting in the middle, and half of it is for the reason you said. He doesn't seem like a guy that's going to talk too much, and I appreciate that. Like, I don't like when I was flying home from Minnesota. I got seated next to a chatty catty. This dude just kept talking, and just wasn't giving the hint that I was giving like one word answers and like just talking to me. So I don't think Harrison Smith's that dude. But also, Harrison Smith's the longest tenured Viking. So the little bit we do talk, I'm sure I can get some stories or some information that, hasn't been heard before. So I'm sure I can get a little bit out of him, but it's not going to be too chatty. He's probably, conversate a little bit, then put his headphones on and give me the hint. And I am cool with that.
He's going to be like, I sat next to these two guys. One of them was quiet. The other one was a chatty catty. Man.
I thought your guys were going to say Quessy and just show him your draft plans or something.
Oh, why? Do you want him to get DDT'd on an airplane?
That was smart. I didn't think of that. I do need to show him the draft plans. But
see, Cody, you could have done that, but Cody, you're too busy partying instead of worrying.
I know, y'all are drinking.
And you want to blame Addison for doing the same thing.
There's only one coach in the world.
Well, this is going to be me sitting next to Wes Phillips. So what do you do here?
Wes Phillips be like this. You be partying too.
I'll be partying with Cody and Shaq by the end of it.
You don't do nothing, guys. He doesn't do anything.
I will say this. Harrison Smith, the crazy part about him, he has his pilot license too. So he might be flying the plane.
Oh.
So I'm saying co-pilot then. While you guys are partying in the back. I'm like, can you give a little bit of turbulence right now? They're being a little loud back there.
Man, do a barrel roll or something. Get these guys
sitting a little bit. I told him
put the on. Rex Phillips, you might get bored because he doesn't do anything.
Marker Ziggy Wolf, they got the money.
What that should be a topic. What if we actually do get the play call to Wes Phillips? What would KOC do then?
Probably be a good head coach.
Yes.
Probably run the whole team, not to be focused on one side of the ball, which was the big knock for Zimmer. He only focused on his defense. He doesn't give a damn about the offense. I do think that KOC is more involved with the team, like at practice and stuff like that. But I think when it's game time, I don't know how he could be focused on everything he needs to be focused on when he's the one that's calling the plays. And I wish I knew what % of head coaches actually call plays, because I don't think it's a lot. But that is information I don't have. Information I do have is the Vikings took a loss this weekend to the Philadelphia Eagles, 28-22, dropping our record to 3-3. Now, to me, this seemed like a game that was very winnable for the Vikings. Our biggest concern coming into this game was we got to stop Saquon. We can't let him have a career game against us. We were kind of scared about that happening. We were worried that, maybe we won't be able to move the ball against their vaunted defense. Well, we got into the red zone 6 times. We put up 22 points. Went through for 300 yards. Saquon Barkley was held to 44 yards on 18 attempts. 2.4 yards a carry. Sounds like we won this damn game. But of those 6 red zone drives, 5 stalled and turned into field goals. We only scored 1 touchdown in the game, even though we had 6 red zone trips. And for the first time this season, the secondary was the one to let us down. Our run defense stepped up. We gave up 326 passing yards to Jalen Hurts, 3 touchdowns and no interceptions to a quarterback that we weren't sure. Is he really that good of a quarterback if you take away his running, which I think for the most part the Vikings did. He escaped a little bit, which a lot of his big throws came on his escaping, which one of the keys was don't let him do that. They let him do that. And the last thing I want to say is what was bugging me a lot in this game is stop the screens to Hawkinson. Hawkinson is not agile. He's not quick. He can't make that first move and make somebody miss. And that was just something that was agitating me all game because they did it like 3 or 4 times. Just knock it off. So, Cody, what were your takeaways from this game?
It's so I heard it last on Monday night, I think it was, during the second game. Dan Orlovsky said, good red zone teams run the ball. And watching that 2nd and 1 and that 3rd and 1 and then everything on beyond that, it was we didn't run the ball. You had a chance for a fresh set of downs to go 3 to 4 more downs, right? Just by running the ball to Mason. I did not get that at all. It's my biggest takeaway is especially what Dan Orlovsky said Monday night. It really hit me after watching the Vikings game. It was good teams, good red zone teams run the ball in the red zone. And we did not do that. When we did run the ball, though, what happened? We scored a touchdown. I don't get why we are not running the ball in the red zone, especially on 2nd and 1. Blew my mind. That whole series right there changes the whole game for us. I think we win because of that series.
Yeah, and I wonder why we're not running in the red zone. Is it just KOC refuses to do it, or is he seeing something that Jordan Mason's not able to do it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks like between the 20s, they kind of run the ball, a good amount. And it seems like, Mason can get 5 yards whenever he wants it. So I don't get why they're not doing it. They're going to get Aaron Jones back hopefully this week. So we're going to have 2 running backs, see if that changes. But yeah, man, it was really disappointing, especially what was that one when they had 2nd and 1 and they did 3 straight passes and ended up kicking a field goal.
Yeah, maybe the Wildcat changed something possibly when Jordan Mason did run the ball in the end zone. Like it blows my mind.
Yeah, that was kind of new.
Do we have to do that?
But still, that's KOC. It still kind of had to be a trickish play. It couldn't just be hand the ball off.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like there still had to be some hoopla to it. Like I don't know, man. What were your takeaways from that game, Shaq?
Pretty much, the Vikings did what they were supposed to, but we basically said, "Nah, we're good. We could win this game, but we're good." I don't know what they was planning on doing that game. Like the plan was to stop Saquon Barkley, to stop their offense from moving the ball because the Eagles is a run-first team. We did that. It seems like that's the only thing we focused on this week was stopping the run game and then forgetting about stopping the pass play. Our secondary haven't played this bad all season. We only had 1 miscue, and that was against the DK Metcalf long touchdown. This was the most, I think, explosive plays our defense allowed all season after stopping the run game so much. And then, having Jalen Hurts throw for 300 yards, which he hasn't done since last year. Matter of fact, he didn't just throw for 300 yards. He had a perfect quarterback rating. So that just blows my mind. We gave Jalen Hurts a perfect quarterback rating that game. That's what I learned from this game. Do better, Minnesota.
Yeah, for the first time, that secondary let us down, which is surprising. But it's kind of been a worry that all we have is 3 cornerbacks this whole year, and it finally came back to bite us. It'd be nice if we had another solid cornerback back there besides putting Okudah back there. Fish, before I get your takeaways, you got a catch in this one?
Absolutely, and I struggled with this one, but it came down to my catch for this game. The landmark play was actually not a scoring play. It was in the 4th quarter. We had just scored a field goal, brought the score 21-19. The Eagles get the ball back, and on 3rd and 13, we have the possibility of making them go 3 and out. Momentum's flipped. Here we come. And I'll be damned if they don't convert. And here's the real tragedy of it. As you can see, Dallas Turner steps inside. Hargrave gets knocked on his butt by the center. And because of that, Hurts is able to escape. He does that little Dobbs spin move, and he escapes over to his right. And what was it? A.J. Brown, I think, comes back and catches for the 13-yard conversion. And they go down the field and score and go back up by 2 scores. All we had to do was hold them to a 3 and out here. And there's a strong possibility we win that game because the momentum had completely flipped. We had scored a touchdown and then a field goal and brought ourselves to within 2 points of them. Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
Yeah, that was definitely a gut punch because it took a while for him to get that pass off. And when he did, he was able to find a receiver to convert on 3rd and 13, which you're right. That was going to be our chance to take that game over if we could have just made that stop. And like one of the keys of the game was contain Jalen Hurts. And it seems like they tried to set that and keep him contained, but he got out. And Dallas Turner, I don't know if he should have stayed to the outside, but yeah, like you said, he goes to the inside. And Jalen Hurts like, whoop, goes right around.
He should have. And here's the thing you might notice right as Hurts breaks contain, even though Hargrave does get knocked down, Jonathan Allen flashes to the left. If Hurts would have stepped forward because Turner would have stayed on the outside of the tackle, Allen would have had a sack because Allen was right there. He'd have gobbled him up. So just by stepping inside of the tackle, Turner allowed him to break contain. He's young. He's coming.
I don't know if he is, but yeah. So what were your other takeaways from this game, Fish? I know you went back and watched it.
Let's do a little mental exercise. Imagine me telling you about a game where one team has a quarterback that throws for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and a perfect passer rating.
Damn.
And the other team has 6 trips to the end zone with only 1 touchdown, loses the turnover battle 2-0, including one of them being a pick 6. How bad of a blowout do you think that game would be?
Smoked.
Yeah, smoke. Rolled up and smoked like a swisher.
We lost by 6 points. And so there are no moral victories. But this was not a blowout. This was not an ass beating. This was a game. 1 or 2 plays, stopping them on 3rd and 13. Bless you, Shaq. Stopping them on 3rd and 13, and this is a different game. This was a close game against the defending Super Bowl champs, who are now 4-2. We are not a cooked team. Look out. We figure out the right combination, figure out the right thing with our quarterback, and we're in the playoffs and dangerous. We are not a bad team. We just got to make some better choices.
That's some good takes. I think you were the most positive one out of all this. Something I found interesting, and I kind of mentioned it in our group chat that we're talking. It's like, man, I haven't really heard Ivan Pace's name. And then after the game, I saw he played 0 defensive snaps. It was all
that's
Blake
not that's a
Cashman,
soft
Eric
benchy,
Wilson.
right?
I don't know. That seemed pretty hardcore. Pretty hard because he was on special teams. Like he was relegated to special teams only. Like that's crazy. Like I thought for sure, okay, when Blake Cashman comes back, Eric Wilson earned himself some playing time. Maybe there's gonna be a rotation between him and Ivan Pace, but there was no rotation. Ivan Pace is out of the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just sign that man this offseason and just keep him, please? All he does is play
Ivan
great
Pace?
defense for us. No. All Eric Wilson does is play great defense for us. That's all he does.
Doesn't. He had a sack in that game too, so
Mhm.
I find that interesting and see if that's just the way it is going forward. That Ivan Pace may have just lost his job.
That benching was as hard as Johnny Sins on the Jumbotron at US Bank Stadium.
Oh my gosh, Cody's never gonna let that one go. Another thing that bugged me in this game was, and I'm not someone that really likes to blame referees or think there's an agenda, and I don't think there was an agenda. I don't, Shaq. There was no agenda. I think some things were just missed, and there was 2 critical ones. One was I'm not even getting to the Hawkinson one because I think that was a drop, but one being on that 2nd and 1 at the goal line or inside the 5-yard line when we went for it 3 times on 3 passes. On that 4th down, we passed to Jalen Naylor for a touchdown, and there was a holding call on Brandel. There was no holding on that thing, man. Not at all. That was a clean
when
play.
that he dragged him down?
He didn't drag him down. When you say it like that, it sounds bad.
What did he do with his underhand, his left underhand?
He
Nah,
put
he
him
was
up,
on top
and
of
then
him.
that dude fell. He picked
Yeah,
him up
but
with that
how did
drop.
he get him to? How did he get him to fall down forward?
He hit him with that.
Yeah,
He let him go.
hit him with the. It's in the rule book. I definitely sent it in the group chat. That was
That's not
definitely
in the rule. But what you said in the chat was not what happened. Like so.
what happened. What did he do? What did that left hand do when he grabbed the inside of the shoulder pad? Did it go
Damn,
up?
I guess,
Video.
guess I should have clipped the fucking video, but I didn't.
It definitely went downwards.
He literally, it looked like his hands was here. And
But
then
what
he
did the
let
arm
go.
do?
Hey, let me
The guy
ask you
was falling.
something. Is it a hold when it's inside like that? I don't think it is.
No. It's not a
Not.
whole. You can grip inside all you
Not.
want. You just can't go downwards with any motion of your arms. That's dragging a player down.
Well, it was pretty far into the game. He was tired. His arms were heavy. The guy couldn't stay. The guy couldn't stay standing up. It's his fault.
Yeah, so he was supposed to hold him up. The guy.
Yeah.
What do you do on the
His fault.
sled?
What am I gonna do?
What do you do on the sled?
You block up, but
Yeah.
What's the
Okay.
block?
There we go. All right. There we go. That's all we needed to know.
Now you make me go drag up the play for you.
I want you to show the play. He dragged him down with his left arm.
Nah.
You can have all
Oh.
day here. This you can maintain here as long as you don't turn and you hold on to him as he's passing you by and you don't drag downwards.
Dude looked like he needed his life alert button. What are you talking about? Coach?
that dude fell. Like he literally fell. I'm like, that should be a pancake. Matter of fact, Cody, that's a pancake.
Yeah.
They don't pancake sleds. They don't get the chance to. Nobody's pancaking a sled.
Keith, are you trying to find it?
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Is that what's going on? Keith's
Well,
like, my
probably
God, I'm going to
joking.
prove my point here.
But continue what his point was. I could see the refs playing a big factor. I'm not blaming the refs for why we lost. I still think it was a Vikings thing, but we even let the refs power on us because they like, y'all playing bad, so we just going to take advantage. We let the refs take advantage of us. That's what happened.
So I guess, Keith, the counter, or not even the counter, but okay, so Hawks a drop, and there was that comparison to that Smith reception in the middle of the field where very similar circumstances. And I guess what should have happened was KOC should have challenged that catch. Had he have
the
challenged
one that looked
catch,
like a drop?
huh?
The one that looked like a drop?
Yeah. The one that basically looked like the Hawk touchdown, not incompletion, but in the middle of the field. I guess if he would have challenged that catch, then we'd have something to bitch about, right? If they would have maintained it as a reception.
Yeah, because they called the Hawkinson one a catch too, but it gets reviewed because it's a scoring play. And then on the review, they saw. So if KOC
They said they got a call from New York and said, yeah, they said, nah.
Now, if the ball didn't roll forward and hit the turf, and he maintained it as it's hitting the turf, and then he came up with it, he would have been good. But the ball point rolled forward onto the turf.
I thought they called it an incompletion because he bobbled it as he bounced up off the ground, Cody.
Well, yeah, because the ball rotated forward onto the ground.
I got a totally different view. I don't think it ever hit the ground, but I think he did lose it and bobble it. And by the time he gained possession, his helmet slid and touched out of bounds. Like he just wasn't in bounds.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it was definitely a drop.
Whatever it was, I don't think it was a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I'll tell you what a hell of an effort the way he laid out for it, though.
Yeah, and that's an issue right there, too, because he didn't have to lay out for that. That ball was put on the number.
I was going to say, was that a bad wind stoke? Because there was a lot.
Mhm.
Was it windy? It had to be windy or something. Like
It had to be so windy within 5 yards.
I mean, so much so that it affected our kicker, who kicked one from 59 yards out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, kicking
Had a good
speed
day.
and wind speed is different.
I can't get the pull up, so we'll have to agree to disagree on that one. But I really don't think that was a hold, and that cost us a touchdown. And then the second one was on AJ Brown's second touchdown, where their guard was he false started.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It was obvious. It was an obvious false start. And now that I'm talking about this, I wish I clipped these so I could show them. So bad producing.
That and the Goddard hold. The hold on Goddard, like when Goddard was holding, that was a major hold. That looked like Oliver holding on that one play. Completely turned sideways and he was holding.
If you don't stop, we're gonna talk about the Mariners right now.
We 13 start. Damn.
Yeah, if he don't knock it off.
He should be back next week. I think he's back next week. I don't know if that's a hot take or not.
You're gonna get 20 home runs from the big dumper next year, and that's about it.
Oh man. So yeah, Wentz threw for 300 yards. Jefferson had 5 for 79. Addison another big day, 9 for 128. Eric Wilson had a sack. Jonathan Allen, Dallas Turner had half a sack. Those were the big stats, really. So now it's time for us to have to give some players some laps to run. When the Vikings win, we give out game balls. When they lose, we give laps. So this week we're giving laps, and I'm gonna go ahead and kick this one off. I got to give some laps to my man Isaiah Rodgers.
Man, you a hard man.
Okay, this really isn't that hard to do, okay, because it was a pretty obvious one, but I want to be the one to fall on this sword because I've been really pumping him up, really gassing him, and he's deserved it. But just like with my kids, when you're good, I praise you. When you're bad, I let you know. Isaiah Rodgers was bad in this game. He struggled, especially in man coverage against an elite wide receiver, which we need him to be better because we only have him and Murphy, and I don't think much of Murphy. So I'm hoping Isaiah Rodgers can be that number one lockdown cornerback, and he was looking like it, but not this game. He got burnt for 2 touchdowns. There's just no way around that, and he didn't look good outside of that. So Isaiah Rodgers, man, you did not deserve the messages you got after the game. And if you're somebody who goes and messages players because they had a bad game and you say some ill stuff to them, you're a sorry person.
Yes. Yeah.
You did not deserve that, Isaiah Rodgers, but you deserve these laps. So go on and get them.
Yeah. And what sucked about the Isaiah Rodgers thing, it was at the end of the game. I think we had 2 timeouts left or 1 timeout left. They just threw an incomplete pass. It's 3rd down, and they throw the ball to A.J. Brown. And again, for the 3rd time in the game, Isaiah Rodgers fell for a double move and got burned. And then A.J. Brown caught the ball, and they were able to run the clock off. Like, we had enough time to go down the field to actually score again with that 1 timeout if that ball was incomplete or defended. So, yeah, I agree with you there, Keith. He definitely needs to run some laps.
I know why he didn't play well this game. Wasn't it right before the game he announced his engagement to his big booty baby mama? Mm-hmm. So he was celebrating the engagement the night before, and he had no legs for the game.
Fish, I knew you would find a way to bring that engagement in somehow with his play. You're good at spotting that. Look,
man, Mike Tyson made it famous. You do not do anything before you got to perform because it's going to take your legs right out from under you. Damn.
Yeah, he lost his legs that night.
So, Fish, who you got running laps?
All right, so check it out, right? We and the aftercare, we spent a lot, and I do mean a lot of time criticizing the play calling, especially in the red zone. Pass in the red zone, right? So here's the thing, though. When you're a quarterback in the NFL and your coach calls your number, you are expected to execute. And Carson Wentz did not. He threw a pick 6. He threw another interception. When he got into the red zone, he just started looking like booty cheeks. I mean, he was good between the 20s, and then all of a sudden he was overthrowing and all this stuff. And I tell you what, man, I don't care if the dude took it. I don't give a shit. We don't want Vinny Testaverde playing quarterback for us where he takes a hit and all of a sudden he can't play because he's scared. That man needs to run laps. If he's going to play football, if he's going to make my fifth round comp pick hot take happen, he's got to play better. If he's going to be given the start and he's going to get under center for us, he's got to play better. He's got to execute. He's got to place the ball better. Even some of his receptions, like you said, Cody, Hawk shouldn't have had to go full extension. That was a full ass extension on a bad angle throw. Mm-hmm. Even some of his completions looked almost like hospital balls. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Carson Wentz, get out there and run some laps, you old bum.
Yeah, and a lot of his throws were overthrown balls, like to JJ. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them. To which could have changed the whole game if he would have completed those passes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he missed 3 to 4 touchdowns, and even one was that deep pass to Addison, which that should have been a touchdown. So, yeah, he missed a few. Who you got running laps, Cody?
I got running laps was a guy that we thought would change our defense, but it didn't. It's Blake Cashman. The dude had the lowest PFF score. I think it was below 50, if I'm correct, right? Was it even below 30 or 40? I mean,
it was below 30.
Yeah, it was bad. And
Isaiah Rodgers.
Yeah, and that's your comeback game, and that's the guy that we hyped up as like an unsung hero to the Eagles podcasters that we had on last week. Totally embarrassing. Like, he embarrassed us as a podcast, and I think he embarrassed the middle linebacker core when a guy named Eric Wilson's going out there who is showing out over you, and you're the one with the green dot on your helmet. It's just ridiculous. Give the green dot to Eric Wilson. I think he deserved it out of every game that he's played this year when Cashman was out. So, yeah, Blake Cashman, you get my laps, man. I don't know what you even did. There's a lot of camera on your face, too, and you looked like you were confused during the game as I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 times the camera was spotted on Blake Cashman's face after the huddle or during the huddle. And he just looked confused. Eyes were so wide open. He just did not know what was going on in the defense. Blake Cashman, you run my laps.
That's a tough one because I was with you. I thought he was going to come in and be a difference maker. And it's kind of like the same with Isaiah Rodgers. Like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed in your performance. I know you're going to bounce back. You're still going to have good games. But he definitely deserves this tough love because he was not very good. And Eric Wilson did hold it down.
Well, me and you are dads on this. We're dads, right? So we say disappointed, it means way more than I'm mad at you.
True. Who you got running lap, Shaq?
I got a duo. They're gonna run laps together. Quasi and KOC.
Oh boy.
For this roster they got on the field right now, because we talked about this during the all season. No way should you have entered the all season signing Ryan Kelly with his injury history and then having no backup to take his place in case he gets hurt. He hasn't played a full season in going on 3 years. And his backup is Jurgens, who Cody loves. So, like, we expected that entering the season and wanted good quarterback play. Yeah, when Ryan Kelly was there, granted, we didn't have Christian Darrisaw, who was coming back from injury. Another concern. And then you having Brian O'Neill get hurt. At least we kind of attacked that with drafting backup right tackles. But, that interior is what we talked about last year. The only one who played a full season so far, I believe, is Will Fries. And is he really making that big of an impact to justify that contract, or is our offensive line just that beat up? KOC and Quasi should have seen that. If they wanted to build the offense around a young quarterback who never took a snap, and then to throw the ball so much, when we need to develop a run game with a quarterback who's used to having a run game, that's why KOC and Quasi run the laps. They built the offense weird around a quarterback that hasn't played in this type of offense before.
Different angle than I thought you were taking.
Nah.
I thought it was because of quarterbacks.
Shaq, that seems to be something we've commented about quite a bit over the last couple of years. Ever since Kirk got injured, I know I've said it a couple of times, but KOC cannot adapt his game to the quarterback. He just can't do it. He's going to say, "You're coming to me, baby, and I ain't meeting you halfway."
I like Delton's comment that's down below. There's a lot of times during the year that we've seen, why is the clock running so low every time we have the ball ready to snap? Why are we breaking the huddle at 17 seconds? I get it. Like, KOC loves to be in the ear hole of the quarterback the entire time, letting them know what's going on. Hey, maybe KOC need to take the reins back a little bit. Like, you don't need full control of this, right? You got a quarterback. All right, let the quarterback play the quarterback position. Let him think through the complex situations. And maybe that's the problem we're facing as a team on the offense right now, is because KOC is micromanaging way too much.
And the difference is when he first had Kirk, we broke the huddle early. We break the huddle with 25 seconds or 20 seconds left on the clock. And he would talk about how he was in Kirk's ear while he was surveying the defense right up until that 15 seconds and talking to him. But now he can't do that. I think I said in the aftercare, maybe the damn play calling's too long. Maybe instead of reading a paragraph out for the play call, we need to have something a bit more abbreviated. I don't know. Because, you're right. We're running right down to 1 second on the play clock. We're not breaking the huddle to really give him any time to communicate with the QB about what he sees on the defense. And all of that could be very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the offensive coordinator in all this?
Partying.
Ain't no Alcoholics Anonymous.
You're in the back
of the plane with Shaq, Cody, Addy, and
Justin Jefferson.
So let's see where we're at now in the power rankings. It's not good, fellas.
Right, it's like
ESPN's got us at 22. Yahoo's got us at 21. NFL.com 22. Pro Football Talk 20. And I can't say any of them are wrong. We are, according to the power rankings, drafted in the top 10.
Woo! I like those odds.
So
If
much
we need
for
to commit,
FM
we need to
picks.
commit now. If we need to commit, we need to commit now. Don't play it halfway. You gotta commit
Jake,
one way or the other.
Addie's trade value could never be higher, right, Shaq?
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Stop. Pause.
Wait a minute.
I didn't go that far, Fish.
FanDuel now has us at plus 420 to make the playoffs. Before the bye, we were plus 250. Only 9 teams in the NFL have worse odds than us of making the playoffs, which again, top 10 draft pick.
Hey, man, if you want to get like the Lions, you're going to need about 10 years worth of that.
10 years. At my age, I don't know if I could take 10 years of that, Cody.
I know.
I think I would just give up football at some point, maybe like year 6 or 7 into that. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to spend time with my family.
I set the new sport in the chat in case football doesn't work out. You should check it out, Keith.
Oh, was that the curling?
Yeah. No, it's it's something.
It was women's curling.
Minnesota's got a good curling team.
Let me tell you something, man. I've been saying this since we've been podcasting. Curling is one of my favorite sports.
Now, we know why now.
Yeah. Athletic is all I can say.
Yep, they're athletic as hell.
They're athletic. They drink Busch Light, and they're good on the ice. That's all you need to know.
Take the first. All right. So right now, the state of SKOL. The Vikings are 3-3. We now sit in last place of the NFC North, behind the Bears, the Lions, and the first place Packers. We are currently one of only 3 teams that sit at 500. There are 17 teams above and 12 teams below. 3 teams that are 500, and we're one of them. The other 2 being the Falcons and the Cowboys. We've shown flashes of being a playoff contender. We've also shown flashes of being a top 10 pick contender. The offense has been pretty shaky, but still averaging 24 points a game. Defense has been pretty good, but after the last couple of games, we're now up to allowing 20 points a game. We were under that 2 weeks ago. The QB position still remains a sensitive subject, like it's been for this franchise forever. We thought it was going to get better, but unfortunately, our franchise quarterback hasn't got a chance to get on his feet. And now we're to the point where some fans are even calling for a UDFA rookie to come in and try to save this team. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, they've played like a top wide receiver duo in the league. Jordan Mason's been out there showing flashes, but at the same time, he's only topped 60 yards once since becoming this featured back the last 4 games. And yeah, you can say he's not getting a lot of carries, but he's still getting like 16, 17 carries a game. And he's only gone over 60 yards one time. It just seems like for everything this team does good, it's countered with a negative. Like, we aren't great. We aren't bad. We don't suck. We're just kind of mid. And that's what our records suggest. 3-3. So, Shaq, sitting at 3-3, what is your current state as a Viking fan?
At 3-3, I'm just feeling lost, like the TV show, because Minnesota has looked somewhat good with the circumstances we dealt with, such as injuries to major positions, but we suffered losses in what would be called the easiest part of the schedule, and now we're moving into the deeper part of the gauntlet. How many losses can we take until we say, yeah, it's not a playoff team anymore? And then we start building towards or start looking forward to the draft and off season and, you know, those type of moves. So right now I'm looking up. I want to say stay positive because the season's still, you know, we still have a chance to go to the playoffs to turn the season around. I still believe. So I just need JJ McCarthy to come back and improve this record.
All right. So you're not on Team Tank yet then. You're not driving that thing. All right.
Get the top 10
pick. Good to hear. All right, Cody, what's your state as a Minnesota Viking fan right now?
Well, there's a reason why I was the lowest number win total of this group. And I said 11 because I want to see us make the playoffs. I think the team on paper looked really good. And we all said it too. It all depends about the quarterback play, right? And that, like, look at my headline. We've got a fast car, but no driver right now. And it's the honest truth. Unless J.D. McCarthy comes out to the Lions game and just blows our minds, yeah, we're back at 11 wins. But if he doesn't, and he just plays like a rookie, just plays mid, we're not making the playoffs. We're at 9 wins. It sucks saying that because of what we have actually on paper. We have a good team on paper. We've shown it with our defense until it kind of cracked away, starting with the DK Metcalf large touchdown. Then it kind of progressed forward. Like, we have our spurts. The offense isn't doing anything, and it's because we do not have a driver into our fast car offense. We have all these weapons littered throughout the offense, yet nothing's going on, right? I mean, you look at the Texans against the Seahawks on Monday Night Football, and you're like, okay, there's no offensive line there for C.J. Stroud, but they're continuously almost winning games also, right? They're just falling behind. They're missing a bunch of stuff. And C.J. Stroud is a way better quarterback, and that's why what C.J. Stroud is doing is causing them to be in games still. I don't know if J.J. McCarthy or Carson Wentz is a C.J. Stroud type player. So I don't know what kind of driver we have for this fast car right now. I'm pretty shocked at what's happening. I thought Jim McCarthy was going to light the world on fire when he came out, had 11 wins. But again, like we said in the offseason, what's going to fail this team is the quarterback position. And we're looking at it right now. The quarterback position is failing this team.
Are we still a playoff team?
No, we're not.
Ouch. All right, Mike Fish, your current state as a Minnesota Viking fan.
Dallas Turner is going to have 2 sacks in the Super Bowl. Sorry, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to get this thing figured out. Every other part of this team is playing right. Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers had a bad game. Shaq came back and jumped in his seat for this one. Blake Cashman had a bad game. They got their bad game out of the way. Here's what I got to say about this. The softest part of our schedule now is the next 3 games. Chargers look beatable. Ravens look beatable. Lions ain't shit. They are the biggest frauds in the world. We're going to crush them into next weekend. Watch. We're going to crush them. It's going to be embarrassing. We're going to the Super Bowl.
I love the hope because we said the Eagles look beatable too, and we got beat.
Yeah, and look, like I said, we lost by 6 points.
They were beatable. They were beatable.
Well, we have a knack of getting teams out of that beatable funk.
Yes.
The Vikings, they'll kill your losing streak.
We are a slump buster.
Hey, you know what? One of the keys: keep him in the pocket and make him be a pocket passing quarterback. And by God, he did.
Who knew? Who knew this could happen? I was like, ain't no way. But he did it. Props to that.
Fish is gonna die on that sword. I'm not dying the sword, but go down with that ship that the Lions are a sorry faulty team. They're flawed.
I'm gonna make my point. I'm gonna make my point prediction right now in the Lions game, so it's not a surprise when I do it next week. I think the game's going to be a little bit closer than I expected because I think JJ will be a little bit rusty coming out. But I'm going to say that we're going to beat the Lions 31-6.
You can't be rusty for going 31-6. You know those first goal touchdown stats for AOC, right?
He can be if we scoring in the red zone. We'll have to score every drive in the red zone for that to happen.
The Fish is just like, you know, at this point, I just want smoke. That's all there is to it. Just give me smoke.
You've been hanging with me too long.
You greet with smoke, I depart with it, Shaq.
Yeah.
You know, I still do think that we're a playoff team as of right now. Normally a loss like that against the Eagles would have sent me over the edge, but you know, I actually took some stuff out of that. Like, you know, there was stuff like we beat ourselves. Like, there's things we can clean up, we can get better, and we can do better. And we also still got 5 games left in our division. We got to win those games. You know, it's okay to lose some of these other teams. We're going to lose games. None of us thought we were going to win 14 again this year. And I think when we went through the schedule picking, at least half of us had this game as a loss. So, you know, it's okay. Like, we're going to lose games. The games to get mad about was the Steelers game. We shouldn't have lost that one. Shouldn't have lost the Falcons game. You know, a lot invested into that game. Shouldn't have lost that one.
They was beatable.
Yeah. So I still think we're a playoff team. I'm still proud to be a Viking fan. I'm, you know, still believing that we can win double digits and go to the playoffs, and we could win a playoff game. I don't know about Dallas Turner getting 2 sacks in the Super Bowl, though.
You want to hear some pretty disappointing stats?
Nope. Sure.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Cody.
Yes, we need to hear this. All right, so KOC's win percentage when the Vikings offense scores a touchdown in the first quarter is 77%. 77% win percentage if the Vikings offense scores a touchdown in the first quarter.
That's good.
All right, he has a 21-6 record when he does this. Guess what he has when he doesn't do it? He's a 16-16 team. He has a 51.5% win-loss percentage record when he does not score a touchdown in that first quarter.
Hey, so we still have a winning record when we don't score in the touchdown in the first quarter. That's what I heard.
Yeah, 51.5. But you know what's
scary? It's a winning record.
You know what's scary about the whole thing? We only scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and that happened in one game this year. We haven't scored a first quarter touchdown since December 24th of 2000 or December 22nd of 2024, and then the Browns game.
All that bullshit, and we're still 3-3. Hell yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it sounds about right. 16-16 record, 3-3 sounds about right. 51.5%.
Going to the Super Bowl, Cody. Going to the
It's
Super Bowl.
possible. We just gotta score in the red zone.
That's the issue. We get in the red zone in the first quarter and don't score.
Go in the red zone.
We get in the red zone in the first quarter and don't score. We just kick a field goal. That's the issue.
That was our issue last time with Sam Darnold too.
It's a KOC issue. Since he's been here.
Is Zoe on? Is Zoe watching us right now?
I thought I've been saying it for a past since week 3, I think. Why aren't we scoring in the first quarter?
Red zone and running the ball.
So, like Fish said, we have entered our gauntlet and we started with a loss. I think most of us said coming into this gauntlet of 4 games, we needed to go at least 2-2 over this 4-game stretch. So now we need to go 2-1 over these next 3. And before, that seemed like it was going to be difficult. But also, like Fish said, I don't think it's that tall of a task. Chargers have looked a lot more beatable. They're 4-3 right now. They started off 3-0. So, I believe so. Yeah. They haven't had their bye yet. The Ravens, they look a lot more beatable. Even with Lamar Jackson, they look good in one game, and they lost that game too. That was against the Bills. So they're looking a lot more beatable. And the Lions, like Fish said, 30-6. So none of us are panicking.
1-6. Don't short me.
Shit, my bad. I had Riker miss an extra point. My bad.
You better not.
So I think that these next 3 games will tell us if we're a playoff team or if we should start looking for a draft spot. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah. And look, y'all, everybody watching this, don't go crazy when we lose tomorrow night because Keith Hansen went to that damn game.
Huh? What happened?
So what's our record now? At 3-4?
What Fish?
Wow.
What Fish?
It took this for him to not have to go get it. I
was gonna make a special announcement. Yes, I will be going to the game tomorrow.
Yes. Good for you.
Welcome to 3-4, Minnesota.
But I will be sitting so high, it's like I'm basically not in the stadium.
Wow.
I will probably be watching it more on the TV, like I'm at home.
You'll be sitting
not
so
about to
high that
enjoy
you
this
won't
There
even.
she is. I knew the hat would bring her out.
Well, how'd that happen, Sarah?
Hey, I don't think it even matters if Keith shows up at the game because Christian Duracell might not even play.
See, why you gotta say stuff like that, Cody?
Go to the game. What's the worst thing?
Is there any other Vikings news?
Did we get an update on Ryan Kelly?
Ryan Kelly is probably done for the year.
Ryan Kelly's retired, bro. Just don't even think about him anymore. All right.
Duracell popped up on the injury report. At 3 did not practice. Nothing limited at all.
He's fine.
Yeah,
It's a tweak.
So
yeah, I will be going to this game, and I will be seeing Carson Wentz, meaning JJ McCarthy will be missing his 5th game, and there was a bye week in there. Is anybody finding it odd yet that JJ's not ready to go? Go ahead, Cody.
Remember, I think it's like a week after the draft, we got McCarthy, and the biggest worry I brought up was, does KOC bubble wrap McCarthy? Right? And maybe he's bubble wrapping him right now because of the mechanics is off. You already know the draft history of KOC and Kwesi right now. They can't afford a quarterback to be really, really bad. So I don't think they send out McCarthy until his mechanics are fully developed. And I think it's bubble wrapping him. I think it's shielding him from the pro. We saw in preseason, right? His passes, they were hitting. That's preseason against guys that aren't even probably going to make rosters. Then we watch him in a regular season game against real professional athletes, NFL starters, and he's overthrowing the ball. He can't throw an out route to save his life. And mechanics are off. And they've been mentioning about mechanics from the lower body up to the upper body. And that's the biggest worry I have right now. It's the bubble wrap KOC has on him. I thought this year when he did start, it was all about play calling. Like, why is it so vanilla? Let the guy loose. You know, you let him loose in that 4th quarter against the Bears, and he did well, right? But again, that's just the Bears. But if you look to a week after the draft, he's babying him. He's bubble wrapping the kid, and I don't think it's the right way to go. If the kid's going to fail, let him fail. All right, cool. You're gone. I get it. This isn't about just your job or Kwesi's job. It's about the franchise in a whole. So if you're going to get fired because it's your quarterback, you ride or die with that quarterback. That's your 1st round pick quarterback. If he doesn't succeed, you look at the Titans head coach. You gone.
You agree, Fish? Do you think there's anything concerning going on with him still being out, or
No,
he's just
and as a
really
matter of
hurt?
fact, it's so arbitrary. I get it when you bring up the fact that there's a bye, that somehow having a bye is going to magically make an injury heal faster. I remember when Hawkinson was coming back from his knee injury, and I know Cody did, and maybe 1 or 2 other of us said, oh, he's going to come back after the bye week. It's perfectly timed for him to come back after the bye week. And he didn't. And, Aaron Jones didn't come back after this bye week either. He's coming back, tomorrow night? Brian O'Neill did, but, I mean, I don't think that the fact that there's a bye week involved goes into the calculations of when they're going to bring somebody back at all. If it just so happens to coincide with it, that's great. It means great, but these guys, a high ankle sprain on your plant foot that you have to drive and deliver the ball off of, could that be what's messing his mechanics up, that he can't plant and drive off of all these 5 to 7 step drops that he's going to be forced to take because we can't alter the game to fit the guy's skill set? He took an abundance of caution with Hawk. He's taking an abundance of caution with him, and I think our coach needs to say, I need a dub.
But
Wentz ain't going to give it to us.
He put Hawkinson on the IR, and the issue, like people say, why didn't J.D. McCarthy go on the IR? You can't afford J.D. McCarthy to go on the IR. He needs to be practicing. You look at Aaron Jones. If you get on the IR, you can't practice. The only time you can practice is when your window opens up, that 21-day window. That's the only time you can practice. So it makes sense that the Vikings, knowing that he's not ready to get into the game, they did not throw him on IR because they want to see McCarthy practicing in some sort of way.
Well, I mean, you can work on footwork like Country Rap commented just there. I mean, you can work on it. You work on stuff just rehabbing from an injury. You know? I mean,
yeah, but you're not within the coaching area. You cannot be within the coaching area practicing on it.
no, what I'm saying is he's conflating how can it be an injury if they're working on his footwork? Well, you can be doing that as part of rehab.
Yeah. Or it could be.
So I wasn't saying the bye was some magical healing power. I was just throwing it in to say it's going to be the 5th game plus a bye, so it just kind of a longer period of time than just 5 games.
I understand what
it wasn't like, oh, it's the bye, like, you know, it's a magical healing power. And I do think he was injured for sure. Like, I do think there was an injury, but you're talking about was it messing up his mechanics? And I'm gonna say no, man, because I'm gonna say right now, I was in denial about it. That first preseason game, his passes were freaking off. They were off. He was not accurate. And I was like, no, they were good passes. Just this happened and this happened on this pass. So, like, there's been an issue since before the injury. So I do think he is injured, but I'm kind of wondering if they're milking it a little bit. Like, whereas other quarterbacks would already be in by now. Is it like, oh, no, he needs to get to 110% before we could throw him back out there? I think other quarterbacks would already have been out there if they wanted that quarterback out there. So I think they might be milking it a little bit. No doubt he was injured.
Yep.
I think if we lost to the Browns, he'd have been playing this past weekend.
So you think it's the opponent? You think it's the opponent?
No. I think that win bought more time.
And we'd be complaining the same things we're complaining about Carson Wentz right now, I think, too.
But
like
if that went by more time, then why not Thursday? Why do I got to see Carson Wentz?
Yeah, I mean, but like we saw Carson Wentz throw for 300 yards, yet he did overthrow a lot of players. He had the 2 interceptions. He didn't know what was going on during the offense. I think we would have seen similar with J.J. McCarthy. Similar stats, similar win-loss record.
What are your thoughts on this, Shaq? Muted.
My bad. Pretty much, you know, it's only up from here. I believe he was injured, and I just want to see him come back against the Lions. That will determine if we made the right choice. Because, you know, having him start against the Chargers on the short week, it's not feasible, because if he suffered a high ankle sprain, then having him practice, players already hate playing on a short notice. So to bring him off an injury on short notice, it didn't make sense. They kind of ruled him out even before we played this game when we was playing the Browns. So having him against the Lions, he should be fully healthy, and then we continue where we left off in week 1. KOC has to show that he could develop a quarterback, and with that, run the ball. Aaron Jones should be back. When JJ McCarthy comes back, Aaron Jones should be back.
Yeah. Well, I got a hot take saying that JJ McCarthy's going to beat the Lions, so I need him to come back.
Ooh!
And
to me.
JJ McCarthy plays bad. And like, again, it's just lumps as a first-time starting quarterback. Like, if he throws, if he does what Carson Wentz did against the Eagles, I'm not going to be like throwing him off a cliff. I don't want to play with this toy no more. You know, like, he's going to have growing pains, and we got to deal with that.
The good news is Cody is against the Lions. He can play bad, and we can still stomp them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Easy.
So have you guys been hearing the chatter? And I think it's freaking ridiculous, but there is a portion of this fan base that actually wants to see Max Brosmer get the start.
I'd rather see him start Thursday this week, and then McCarthy comes in against the Lions next week. I don't want to see Carson Wentz anymore.
So Cody, you're in that camp.
Yeah, because if we lose with Carson Wentz, well, we could have lost with Max Brosmer.
But what if we won with Carson Wentz? Maybe we wouldn't have won with Max Brosmer. Like, do you think, or I guess I can ask you, but I was going to ask, do you think that the fans that want to see Max Brosmer legitimately think he gives us a better chance to win, or do we just want the new shiny toy?
New shiny toy. I mean, even when we drafted, even when we drafted McCarthy, you have your McCarthy haters out there. You're not going to change that mind. He could go off and be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. It was because of the defense. It was because of Justin Jefferson. It was because of Jordan Addison. But it wasn't because of JJ McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have those haters, you're not going to turn them away. It's impossible. It's like the Kirk Cousins guys. Oh, we're losing games because of Kirk Cousins. But then we start winning games against Kirk Cousins. Oh, it's because of Justin Jefferson. Oh, it's because of Jordan Addison. Oh, it's because of this. You know, it wasn't never about the quarterback. Like, I don't think our fan bases has been on board with our quarterback. And when they do get on board with a quarterback and then they lose in the playoffs, it's like, oh, it was the quarterback's fault. You know, like, and it's like, whoa, what? I don't know what's going on here. You know, it's the case we have.
What up, D Woods?
Let me just say this. Yeah, I think it's shiny, and I think it's hope for the underdog, and I think it's the Minnesota thing and all that stuff. And all I'm saying is kid can process quick, and he has a quick release. And I've seen enough from Carson Wentz. Would I want Carson Wentz if our quarterback goes down in the middle of a game to come in and take over? Could I be confident in him being what's what I'm looking for? Where he'd be able to play and run our offense. Yes, competent. Thank you, Shaq. But do I want Carson Wentz starting and taking the opening drive and playing from whistle to whistle? No, and I would just much rather see the kid get a shot at this point.
Wow, I didn't think my own kind was on that bandwagon. Shaq, who should start this game? Carson Wentz or Max Brosmer?
So I'm gonna hit you with a twist.
JJ McCarthy.
Oh man, I don't like where this is headed.
I would not mind seeing Max Brosmer start this game, because even if we lose, it will shut the Minnesota fans up about this quarterback, and we could put that to bed. And we say JJ McCarthy start week 8 against the Detroit Lions, or week 9 against the Detroit Lions. We know who our quarterback is.
That's crazy, man. Because you just said that you still think we can make the playoffs. So we're not gonna still make the playoffs. So we're just making moves to shut the fans up.
We lose against the Chargers. We can't make the playoffs no more. The season's over.
It gets harder. It gets harder. It definitely gets harder.
Next 2 weeks are easier.
Who's our quarterback, Keith? Who is our quarterback?
For when? You gotta be more specific.
When we after we lose against the Chargers, who's our quarterback?
You know what? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It's going to be Kirk Cousins, Shaq.
It could be. At this point, Kirk Cousins has just as good of a chance of starting against the Lions as JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever sell that house in Minnesota?
Probably not. I don't think so.
But I mean, like we were saying, we know what we're getting with Kirk Cousins. We know what we're getting with Sam Darnold, right? We know we're getting with Carson Wentz. Like, we're gonna win or lose, but it looks like we're gonna lose. Can we just see what we get with Max Brosmer? Like, if we lose, we lose. We're gonna lose Carson Wentz too. Is that fair to say?
There is no shame in losing to the Chargers with that coach and that quarterback.
At least we.
I'm glad at least the chat agrees with me. Like, come on.
I know everybody in the chat's agreeing with Carson Wentz because he's won a game with the Minnesota Vikings, but he's also lost a game. He's also looked really bad in a couple of games. Like, if we're gonna lose this game,
and wait, he did not exactly look good in the Cincy game. Let's just remember that he didn't look great.
He looked good. For as much as he had to do, he didn't look bad, so he looked good.
He looked good.
He looked like
I know you guys are depending on Carson Wentz to be the reason that we win, and that's this. You guys are forgetting he is a backup quarterback, man.
He looked as good as
So is Max Brosmer, whatever his name is.
No, we don't know that Max Brosmer is a backup quarterback. We really don't. But you want to go out there and just to test it. Let's go ahead and test it. We're 3-3 right now. You know, we really need this win, but let's go see what this UDFA has. Nah. Fish, weren't you just talking about
is our pathway to success, Keith.
Wasn't it just like 2 weeks ago? Like the guy threw for 300 yards, you know. I want to see you more from him than that. He just threw for 300 yards last week too, Fish. I'm not sure that Brosmer can go out there and do that.
I saw more from him, Keith.
We know what Carson Wentz is giving us. We already know.
Yeah, a chance to win a game.
He gives us
Until we get in the red zone.
It's like JJ McCarthy. He's only good in the fourth quarter.
You guys are not making a good case for Brosmer. It's just you want the shiny new thing.
No, I don't. If we're gonna
case
lose,
is good.
Brosmer in there.
I had a real good case.
If we lose Thursday, I'm going to be mad because Brosmer did not play. And if Carson Wentz throws another 2 interceptions, I'm going to be mad Brosmer did not play.
And I'm going to be mad personally at you, Keith.
What else is new?
If he throws an intentional grounding by flicking the ball forward at the offensive
Oh my God.
I'm going to be mad.
That is not how Matt, what the heck's his name? That is not how he did it to us.
Because Max Brosmer could do the same. Max Brosmer could throw 2 interceptions. He could flick a ball on an offensive lineman for intentional grounding. He could do all those things.
But he's probably not going to lead us to 22 points.
I don't know.
You're right. 31-6.
I don't think so. What's up, Gary SKOL?
And at the end of the day, I think Zimmer said the best.
If Wentz get his chest blown out of his back, he doesn't throw a pick 6.
That was Friday night, Keith. Not.
Whoa, Fish. Whoa.
I'm just saying.
We got our Chargers filing in. We're still waiting on one more, fellas, but I do see you back there in the green room, just so you know. I do see you guys. Do you guys think the Vikings need to make a move, or do we just need to fix some things with what we got? Shaq, shaking your head, yes. Which one?
Make that move. I feel like the Vikings need to. We got a bunch of draft picks. We need to call up Oakland and ask them what they want for their center, Jackson Powell Johnson. Because I'm not banking on Brandel trying to learn center. And I'm not banking on Juergens trying to learn center when we're trying to go to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl game. We need a real starting 5. At least I know with Jackson Powell Johnson, I scouted him back at Oregon. I know what he can and can't do. Yeah, he's sucking with the Raiders, but what he does well is what we want KLC to do. Run the ball. He's a great run blocker. If we had Jackson Powell Johnson on this team, he'd be able to hike the ball and open up run lanes for Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones. That would make it easy on J.J. McCarthy to make it, as Cody would say, move the sticks so you're in winnable yardage. So, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 1. Run the ball. Why do we have to pass so much? A first down is a first down. A touchdown is a touchdown. We don't have to pass to always get a first down or a touchdown. So with Jackson Powell Johnson, he will help in the run game. And then in theory, that should help our play action game because Justin Jefferson and Ashley can be one-on-one coverage. It's simple, KOC. Go run some more laps.
Yeah, it's through your head.
Shaq's like, I still haven't stopped him from running laps.
And then the person that I don't think would cost us any draft picks, just go get Asante Samuel Jr., by God. I'd rather see that man out there in a neck halo than a Jeff Okudah. Get number 8 off the damn field.
I'm cool with both of those, but especially Jackson Powell Johnson, because at this point, the Vikings just need a guy who can play center and that has played center and not these experiments. And the funny thing is Jackson Powell Johnson is a center that the Raiders have playing guard. The Vikings have Blake Brandel, who's a guard they have playing center. Is there a swap right there? Can we give him Brandel for Powers Johnson? Which I know Brandel, he does well for us when he has to step in and be a backup here and there, but Jackson Powers Johnson could actually be our center for years to come. And right now, things are going good between him and the Raiders. So I do think he is available to be had. Now, can we do it for Brandel? Maybe not, but like a 4th round draft pick. He was a 2nd rounder, what, just a year ago?
Pretty much. I'll trade a 3rd. How many? We got 2 3rds, 2 4ths, 2 6. Mix them up. Crazy.
Yeah, the Raiders told Max Crosby that they're not trading him. They're not trading anyone.
That's what we told Percy Harvin, then we traded him.
Well, I mean, Max Crosby is not Jackson Powers Johnson, so.
Yeah, he's not.
Exactly. Look, Raiders, you're not going anywhere in the playoff. You're not going anywhere this season. Y'all need to start selling because y'all giving the season up to either the Chargers or the Chiefs. Y'all seen what y'all played against the Chiefs last week. Go ahead and start trading. We'll give y'all picks so y'all can rebuild and build a real offense. Y'all gonna need a quarterback. You're gonna need picks. Trade us Jackson Powers Johnson.
And before we get on to this Charger game, let's just take a quick look at the NFC North, where the Packers are 4-1-1 in first place. They got the Steelers in Pittsburgh this week. I believe that's Aaron Rodgers' first time against the Packers, right? He didn't play with the Jets, did he?
First time.
First time.
Can't remember.
Time.
All I know is that tie is going to have Lions fans shook pretty soon. Because they keep talking about they're in first place because they got one more win. They just don't get how it works.
Lions are 5-2, and they got a bye this week. The Bears are 4-2, and they're at Baltimore Ravens. Lamar might be back for that one. Vikings 3-3 at the Chargers. So Packers at the Steelers, Bears at the Ravens. What do you guys got going on there?
I think the Steelers defeat the Packers because of that defense. Go down those 2nd round pick wide receivers. I think Mike Golden's gonna have a pretty good game. Jacob's gonna have a pretty good game. But I don't think the Steelers defense has a good defense, especially against the run. And then they got those 2 corners out there. I think they beat the Packers. Now the Bears game with Lamar Jackson. Hey, I don't really care about Lamar Jackson right now with that Ravens defense. That Ravens defense is garbage, and they're going up against Ben Johnson, arguably the best offensive mind in football right now. So I think the Bears take that win.
So 1-1. What about you, Fish? You got the Packers and the Steelers. Who you got?
I think the NFC North goes 2-0. And I will say this. I said the Bears were going to be dangerous. Thank you, Gary. I said the Bears were going to be dangerous at the beginning of the season. Everything that we did in the off-season, like the moves we made, they kind of did something very similar, but I felt better. They got younger, better offensive linemen, that type of stuff. They're kind of coming together. The Packers, they haven't looked great, but they've gotten the job done. Sure, they had to come from behind on Arizona last week. I don't know, man. I just think they're going to somehow squeeze it out. Micah Parsons probably get a critical sack on Aaron Rodgers, something to that effect. I think NFC North goes 2-0.
What about you, Shaq? 2-0?
So I see the Steelers being the Packers.
I like it.
Ravens being the Bears. Tie.
So 0-2.
Vikings Chargers.
A tie. That's not. I don't want to hear your Viking Chargers take yet because we're about to bring on our Chargers fans again to this Skolin with the Enemy segment. So why don't we go ahead and do that?
Bring them on.
Let's go.
Jay,
what's good, my brother? What's up, fella?
What's up, Jay?
What's up?
What's good? It's your boy Jay.
We got Anthony.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's good, gang?
And we got Nick.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, fellas? SKOL.
What's up? How's it going? I don't know about SKOL.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn about school.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be an interesting one. I feel like we're two exact same teams looking in the mirror. We both need this, but we're both struggling in the same fucking areas. And I feel like it all comes down to either turnover, who gets to the quarterback quicker, and who could actually run the ball.
Yeah, no, and I agree. It is kind of like a mirror, and even some ways, like the franchises as a whole is just kind of going through some of the same struggles. But
We're both
let's start with Nick, then Anthony and Jay. Just tell me a little bit about your background as a Chargers fan. Start with you, Nick.
Yeah, I've been a Chargers fan actually only since 2021, since I moved out here to LA. I started attending games and I just got super into the team. I've been doing the Bolts Cricket podcast for about a year now, and we cover the Chargers, and I do it with my friend Aryan, who I met playing cricket. So we also cover T20 cricket out in India. It's kind of it's an interesting parallel, but what I always say is they're kind of entertaining in the same way, both the IPL and the NFL. So
interesting.
I've never actually watched some cricket, but I always feel like maybe I could play it.
It's
That could be the
crazy.
second sport you watch.
It looks so much easier to play than it actually is, but the way that ball bounces when it's like there in real life right in front of you, it's terrifying, man. It's hard.
I tried playing some cricket in Afghanistan in 2010, and yeah, it's hard as shit to play. It ain't baseball.
Especially in Afghanistan.
Yeah, the Afghans, they know how to play some cricket.
They're
Man.
really good. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Anthony? What's your background as a Chargers fan?
Yeah, man. Y'all can hear me okay?
Yup.
Yeah, man. So I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. So everybody expect me to be a Panthers fan, but I just couldn't get with it when I was younger. I mean, I kind of like some of the players, and back then you couldn't really. You have a Sunday ticket or whatnot, so you watching whoever's in your region. So finally, one day after the Panthers game, they cut to the Chargers, and I see LT running down the sideline, and I'm like, yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. And after that, it's just been, Chargers forever. As I got older, I started like really getting into the team and everything. And then I started podcast Can't Be Explained. Last season for the first season, and started covering it and just really getting into it. So just been hooked ever since. I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I probably, if somebody would have told me we was going to be, this up and down, I don't know. But the jerseys, the colors, the players, that kind of hooked me early on, though.
And I see y'all are in uniform of the color they're wearing. On
Yeah,
going on.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, what about you? What's your background as a Charger fan?
What's up, fellas? And so I became a Charger fan in 2009. Also, the LT days just got me sold, Antonio Gates days. But hey, thanks for joining the bowl game. I'm gonna tell you right now, though, Nick, it's not for the weak, brother.
Oh, I know. Even since 2021, I've gotten the full gamut. That Jacksonville game, I feel like that's just the Chargers classic.
Yeah. So now it's my second year covering the Chargers. I started the Charger podcast really out of entertainment, but I just ran full time with it, and I mean it's just like full time now. So I appreciate you guys having us, and it's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, for sure. So one thing that we got to talk about right off the bat is your guys' head coach, because we brought him in for like an 8-hour interview. Us as fans, as that interview's going on, like we're hearing, oh, this is a done deal, it's locked in, and we're getting excited. Oh man, we're getting Harbaugh. But then they ended up going a different direction, going with KOC. So tell me, what's it been like having Jim Harbaugh as your guys' coach? You guys liking it?
Who want to take this one first?
I can go first. I think originally I feel like just me and myself and all Charger fans, we were like super excited about Harbaugh. I think it was like a change of pace, because in the past we kept going with like first time head coaches like Anthony Lynn and then Brandon Staley, guys who you feel like, great, might be great guys, but just over their head when it comes to head coaching. And then you get Harbaugh, someone that's proven, someone that's been in the NFL, that has a winning history. And coming off a national championship in college, you're like, okay, cool. full disclosure, I am an Ohio State fan, so I wasn't too thrilled about the whole Michigan.
Well, time to remove this guy. Excuse me.
Yeah, so I didn't like the whole Michigan standpoint, but it is what it is. I did watch them a lot, obviously being in the Big Ten, but yeah, so I was excited about it. And now to say I'm not excited about it, but I do have more questions because I thought the rebuild would be a little faster, like at least maybe not from a talent standpoint because sometimes you can't control that, but more of like the culture, like the tough, the physical, the discipline, and that's just not what I'm seeing so far out of the team. I'm hoping that he kind of gets his players in there and kind of turns it around, but I got questions, but I'm not ready to jump ship yet, but I think it's not going as smoothly as I wanted it to go, I would say. But I'm not off the bandwagon yet, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be off the bandwagon. The dude's made the playoffs.
Yeah.
He's been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but it's an old that he went to the Super Bowl a while back, and that's what I'm kind of nervous about. Like it's a new, different NFL that he's coming back to. So I'm just hoping that. I didn't like the Greg Roman hire and all of that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not against it right now, but I do got questions.
Is he another Greg Lewis or Kevin O'Connell one and done in the playoffs type of coach?
Nah, I honestly think, in my opinion, I was really stoked when we got him, obviously because the track record, like that man wins everywhere he goes. So that he's gonna win. He showed it in the first season. We went from like 5-12 to 11 and like 5 or whatever, and that was the first year. And I feel like we got so high on our expectations because of the way that first year went, that right now when we're feeling the charging and the injuries and all that, people are like, oh, maybe he's not what he's supposed to. But it's like, nah, we got to remember that Harbaugh is all the trenches, and our trenches are completely depleted. So the plan that we had, he cannot execute it right now. The only thing I can't question is why is Bozeman still at center? The man is completely fucking garbage. And it's like, we have a backup. Let the man go. But as far as Harbaugh, we just got to trust the process. We're going to win. That man wins everywhere he goes.
Yeah, I really agree with what Jay said. I love Harbaugh because I think he's a huge weirdo, and I'm also a huge weirdo. So I don't know. I really feel that reflected in my coach. I like to see that. But yeah, weird struggles and stuff like that. Like, this is the Chargers, man. This is what we do. It doesn't feel like a house of cards constantly about to burn down like Staley did. So yeah, I'm very happy with Harbaugh so far. When we get pasted by somebody like the Raiders did with Staley, I'll be worried. Otherwise, like I like this guy.
So let's go. I think we've done this at least once a year, brought this up. If you could trade out KOC for Harbaugh right now, would any of you do it?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
Okay. I actually expected the fish. The Shaq one got me. So Shaq, why?
Because when we first was trying to sign a coach to be our head coach after we got rid of Zimmer, we was a running team. And what Jim Harbaugh loves to do is run the ball to help the quarterback make easy throws. If they're a good quarterback, they should make more completions than incompletions, and that will lead to a successful offense. It's simple football. What KOC likes to do is modern NFL, make the quarterback win the game. Throw, run, throw. Which can be good if you have a quarterback who wants to throw a lot. But J.J. McCarthy, who was coached by Jim Harbaugh in college, he gave him a run game and made the offense easier for when he had to throw, play action, or if we really needed him to throw. He had basically less reps, but more run game to go with his passing ability.
Okay, that's awesome. Fair points. So, Fish, you just the same, or you got different reasoning?
Let me tell you right now, if the Chargers and the Vikings switched head coaches, we'd be meeting in the Super Bowl. Because if you had KOC with Justin Herbert, who is a really good quarterback with fabulous hair and beautiful eyes and great cheekbone structure, I'm just saying, if you Harbaugh would make us run in the red zone, KOC would unleash an elite talent like Herbert. I'm just saying, Harbaugh was my guy. I'll never not be mad about the fact that we didn't get Harbaugh. He's proven successful. He turned San Diego State around. He turned Stanford around and made them a contender. He took the 49ers to the Super Bowl, and then he did the impossible and took Michigan and just started kicking this. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Anthony. Started kicking the snot out of Ohio State and won a national championship. He's a proven, legitimate winner every place he's gone.
Facts.
And I wanted him.
Cody, you're still riding with KOC, right?
I'm still riding with KOC because Harbaugh, since entering, is 15-9 and 0-1. It's basically on pace with KOC. Like the only thing difference is 3 wins off their first year, and KOC hasn't beaten that. Or no, a 1 win. That is just 1 win off the first year. So he's on pace with KOC.
Yeah,
with Harbaugh. Like I think if we get Harbaugh, we're the same team. Honestly,
nah. I remember saying after that first year, after we lost to the Giants, I posed the question: if Harbaugh was our coach, would we have gone out like that? And the answer was no. We would.
I don't think we re-signed. I don't think we re-signed Justin Jefferson to the contract we have, and I don't think we.
Okay.
I don't think we draft Jordan Addison either.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
You need 2 receivers. You need 2 receivers to run the offense.
No, we don't.
Not them though. Yeah, I wouldn't have got them. Yeah,
We
Harbaugh
gotta
not
have
pay that money.
We have a solid run game and a mediocre pass game because I think if Harbaugh entered the league right now, the quarterback would be probably Kenny Pickett because it was the
We
only.
wouldn't have been waiting until year 4 to address the damn trenches if we had Harbaugh.
Yeah, for sure.
Year 4 to address the trenches.
They got Quentin Johnson and Lad McConkey. Those was high draft picks.
Quentin Johnson wasn't Harbaugh though. That was Staley.
Yeah, you got that wrong.
But he'll get rid of him. He turned him into a good receiver.
That he did. I think that's on Sanjay Law though. I think that's on Sanjay.
Yeah,
Law.
I would say, I think that's more of that. But I think you said y'all didn't address the trenches for 4 years. I mean, all Charger fans, we wanted trenches to be addressed all summer with the cap space we had, and we didn't do anything.
Nothing, bro.
We didn't do nothing with
So
that.
coming into the season, who were your projected starters?
Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt at our tackle positions.
That's a pretty good tandem right there.
That was good. And then Mekhi Becton.
You brought him in.
Yeah, we brought him in, and he's been not
fair.
Yeah,
he ain't doing it.
Yeah, he has not been. And then Bradley Bozeman, like Jay said, is just I don't know why he was in considerations. And then you had, and then who was our left guard? Zion. They was trying him out at center all season in training camp. They was trying him out at center. Our left guard,
Staley guy, they're trying to make better
instead of just signing guards like the Bears. Like I know y'all probably hate the Bears, but the Bears went and got offensive Williams. Like I don't know what we were just sitting on our hands. Yeah,
it doesn't sound like you were sitting on your hands though. Isn't this Alt's rookie year?
Second year.
Second year. Yeah.
Okay.
But also, we were expecting to have Rashawn Slater at tackle. I think that's a huge thing. Like he was out in training camp. So, they did not see the miss on that.
Rashawn Slater came out the same year Darisaw came out.
Yeah.
I know. I wanted Slater bad too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that.
I got a lot of envy when it comes to your team, guys. I'm just going to tell you right now. I got coach envy. I got quarterback infatuation. I got Rashawn Slater envy. I'm just saying.
You should have heard Fish back in the day about Justin Herbert. About
he was Kirk Cousins with better hair.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair though, if Herbert had even a decent line, the man would be for sure like in a better
Cousins with better hair.
Yeah, that part,
mobility.
it's like. But and that's honestly my main concern going into this game. I don't know if I'm getting ahead in the segments, but that's my main concern because Brian Flores, you guys blitz all the fucking time. Like you guys are known to blitz, and like it's a copycat league. They just seen what the Commanders did to us, what the Colts did to us, what the Command. They're gonna do the exact same thing. They're gonna want to like send mad pressure straight down the middle, and then just completely wreck the game plan. Like that's the biggest concern I got.
So let's get into that a little bit. I haven't watched any Chargers game from beginning to end, you know, I watch Red Zone if I'm not watching the Vikings, so I see a little bit and I see highlights. What would you guys say is the Chargers' strength this season right now, and what is their weakness?
I'll let one
Passing.
y'all go.
Yeah, I would say strength is probably the pass game. Run game was becoming a strength, and then our running back got injured. But
That part.
and pass defense, other than a couple of nasty mistakes, has actually been, I don't think, that bad. I think it's been pretty solid, but there are also some massive vulnerabilities. And we didn't play focus at all last game, and we were at the cold torch us on a bunch of different looks.
So, Nick, you said that your strength is your passing game, but on the flip side, on defense, the pass game is the weakness.
I would say the run game's a weakness. That's where we've on defense. Like outside run, teams have been spamming that on us. I mean, Achan just walked into the house with one. Bill Krosky-Merritt had a bunch of outside runs that just walking outside our tackles, no problem.
We just can't set the edge.
Yeah, and if they give us pin and pull, especially with motion away from the direction that they're running to like backside motion, we've been cooked. It's like several different teams have done that to us in successive weeks. So that's definitely a weakness. And Jesse Minter is calling way too many pattern match coverages. So if you have any scheme that breaks the rules of like match quarters or something like that, it'll cook us. The Commanders did that to us. The Colts did that to us. So the Dolphins probably would have if they'd had any receivers. So
yeah.
So you agreeing with that, Anthony? That your pass game is your strength and your run defense is the weakness?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I feel like the main weakness is like if we're not just talking offense versus defense, it's just the offensive line. In my opinion, is the weak spot because you have Justin Herbert, you have him, even though the pass game is working, he's having to throw the ball way more than what they wanted to. And that, I mean, some of that is running back injuries, and I get that. But even when the offensive line was healthy in the Denver game, you know, that middle rush is just killing them. And in my opinion, and most of the times you can, if you have good rushes on the edge and your tackles are sending them upfield, quarterback can step up in the pocket. If the rush is coming in the interior, it's nowhere to step up, it's nowhere to escape. You can't really get out of there. So you're having that issue regardless, you know what we had out there on the line. You had that issue. So I feel like that's probably the biggest weak point, because even if we have the players come back, I don't see it getting too much better than what it's been. Because you have Bradley Bozeman out there being your center, who at some point in every game is getting blown by multiple times, giving up rushes. I think the last game we had the Colts D lineman, I can't think of his name right now, but he had his most pressures since 2019. DeForest Buckner, his most pressures since 2019 against us.
I like the sound of that.
I'm liking it.
And that is just, that's what I'm saying. That is the weakness. Like you can't game plan for that. Only thing you can do is try to get the ball out quick. And if you don't have a run game to help it, you're not getting any push in the run game. So to me, that's the biggest weakness. But the run defense is not good either, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So you agree with all that, Jay?
In my opinion, I think our biggest weakness is the fact that we can't stop the run, and we don't have a run game. So the fact that teams are just running all over us is just opening up the play action. And it doesn't even matter if our defense holds teams to 3rd and 14, because they're just going to blow the back up. And it's happened every single game, bro. We hold teams to like 3rd and long just so they could get fat chunk plays. And that's just because we can't stop the run. And the minute they get the run game going, then the defense drops down and it opens play action. And then they just, what we're supposed to be doing to other teams with Herbert, they start doing to our secondary. So,
hey, good news for y'all. We don't run the ball much like we're supposed to.
I mean,
and we don't open up the play action game like we're supposed to, which is what KOC is known for, is play action. And
yeah.
You know, like we don't do that. It's weird. We're always in shotgun and we're doing this RPO or this fake handoff. Like our most success from the Eagles game is when Carson Wentz went under center, and then we get away from it all of a sudden, and it's just like, oh, here's the offense moving forward. Don't worry about the other side of your defense right now, because we honestly can't do that either.
So, do you guys think it's gonna be a shootout, or is it gonna be like, are we gonna both run up the scoreboard, or is it gonna be low? Like, I don't even know. My score prediction just changed.
I think it's going to be a shootout, unfortunately, and that's kind of the way it always is when these two teams meet. Like, this game is never 17-13, and like it's always in the upper 20s or in the 30s. So yeah, I definitely see a shootout. I think we both got flaws on our defenses, and I am worried about your guys' passing game. Fortunately for us, you're down your 2 starting running backs, and I'm sorry for that for the rest of the season for you guys, but for this game, I'm happy with that. I'm happy to hear that your offensive line is vulnerable, because our front defensive line is pretty stout. So, and they need some sacks. But I am worried because Herbert is elusive. He can escape pressure, and we struggle with Caleb Williams, and we struggle with Jalen Hurts in that.
And the biggest knock on this year for the Minnesota Vikings is the best quarterback wins the game. Better quarterback wins the game, and you guys have a better quarterback.
The one thing I would say about the offensive line, to Anthony's point, is that we're most vulnerable up the middle. And I believe Joe Alt will be back in the lineup for the game. So it's got to be interior pressure. We have done a decent job handling stunts on the outside, especially with guys like Will Dissly and with Kamani and Hassan Haskins chipping. They've done a pretty good job handling stunts and stuff like that. Especially on fire zone type plays, like the types of plays that Brian Flores likes to run.
Yeah.
So
isn't Aaron Jones coming back though?
He's in a 21 eligible. Questionable.
It doesn't matter. We still don't run the ball.
Yeah.
Watch you guys try to run it this time.
Watch. Yeah. Y'all gonna love it.
Look,
Y'all gonna love it.
don't worry about it.
Just one pin and pull, man. Aaron Jones.
Let me just tell you something. If we run that ball 27 times in this game, I'll be just as shocked as you are.
Hey, the biggest thing, Keith's man crush of this year's draft was Amari and Hampton. The second one was RJ Harvey, right?
I was kind of crushing on Hampton.
Yeah.
I wanted Hampton.
Yeah. How excited are you guys to have a running back like that? Even though you had J.K. Dobbins, fantastic running back, I thought, in my opinion. I thought the injuries probably scared him away from you guys, so he moved on to Denver, right? And now R.J. Harvey's sitting behind him. But having Amari Hampton, right? He did face another injury, but he's only a short-term IR guy. How excited are you guys to finally have a no-shit running back since I want to say LaDainian Tomlinson back in the Charger uniform?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm super excited about it. Like, that's what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to either go best offensive lineman available or running back, because like they keep saying that when they got hired, Greg Roman especially kept saying, imagine Justin Herbert with a running game. And that's how I feel. Yeah, I need to see it. Yeah, I want to see it. And unfortunately, we only got to see, 3 games out of it, or 4. And then, he goes down. But, I mean, excited for him to come back. It's just I'm just stuck on the offensive line, man. Like, I love it. I love having Hampton, but it's hard to really get that running game going if you just don't have that offensive line.
What's your guys' record without Hampton right now?
We lost.
He missed the last 2 games. 1-1, yeah, 1-1. Yeah.
Yeah, we 1-1. But I mean, I'm super excited because the way, like you guys said it, Harbaugh, everybody knows he plays bully ball. He likes to run the ball. Unfortunately, right when Hampton was getting hot and he was actually hitting those like breakout games, he had to go down. And it's crazy because even prior to that, losing Najee Harris, like we've never really had the chance to give Herbert the running game we were supposed to because fireworks and all that. And then Hampton goes down. And that's crazy because both of them were super healthy. Like Najee never missed a game in Pittsburgh, and Hampton never missed a game in college. And they come to the Chargers and bang, they get hit with it. So I don't know if they got that collateral curse or not, but I'm super stoked. I can't wait for him to come back because we seen it when he was in the game and we actually had kind of a run game. that's when Herbert was like dicing up secondaries because we were having them do less. Right now, Herbert is doing the most just to even try to keep us in the game. So this is gonna be a tough one. But I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys' run defense is not that well right now. So maybe our Kimani Vidal can have another little breakout game, hopefully.
I mean, it didn't start out really good, but last week against the Eagles, we held Saquon Barkley to 44 yards on 18 carries, so he's only averaging 2.5 a carry. So
and that was Saquon.
Maybe put it together, yeah.
And that was
Maybe put
Saquon.
something together.
Saquon's not coming out of the tunnel this week.
Bijan Robinson ate us up, and we got to see that.
Bijan did eat us up, and so did Judkins.
We seen it live.
Bijan is a dog, though.
Judkins
and Gainwell, who is his name? Gainwell from
Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
Yeah.
So it's just like us.
We can be got for sure.
Yeah, I want to say the last time we played Herbert, y'all worry about your offensive line. He was getting the ball out pretty quick.
Yeah, but different offensive coordinator, and I just don't know what Greg Roman's plan is. It's like the Colts game, it's all these deep drop bats, and you want to throw the ball over the top, knowing that your offensive line doesn't have it. And then all of a sudden, halftime comes, you're like, okay, let's throw quick. And then it started working. We started scoring. And I just don't get, like, if you know what your offensive line state is coming into the game, you got a game plan for that and start out immediately, quick game, or try to at least establish run a little bit. So that way they can respect the play action. Is no play action. It's just straight drop bats and 7-step drops. It's not going to get it done.
Hey, Anthony, I'm jealous because at least y'all make that halftime adjustment and start throwing quick.
Yeah.
Our coach is like, you know what? You
Come on, get
tribute.
it.
Yeah, you volunteered to be tribute.
That was
So
the
in
last coach, so.
So in your guys' opinion, what is the key to success for you guys to take this game?
Should we do the
Getting to Herbert without blitzing.
Oh, you want keys?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. Well, it shouldn't be that hard.
I agree with that because I think Herbert is really. I mean, maybe I'm being naive here, but Herbert's really the only thing I fear on that team right now. Like, I mean, Khalil Mack, he just came back from an injury, right?
Yeah, he did.
And he's getting a little bit older.
Chargers. Like, Herbert will throw for 500 yards, and you guys will still win because we're the Chargers.
It happened last week, bro.
Yeah.
420 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the only 2 interceptions he throws is the reason why we lost. 14 points.
They lose by 14.
It's crazy.
Yards. Yeah. But Khalil Mack was on a snap count last week, and then from what his interview said, it sounded like he's not going to go with that this week. So
yeah, it was only 12 snaps. So.
Yeah. I think the defense was embarrassed, so I do expect them to step up and play better because of all the comments that's coming out. But
a lot of it's on Minter too, though. I think that his calls have been way too predictable over the last couple of weeks. I was watching the tape from the Colts game, and like some of the fronts, they had a front where they had Dayon Henley as one of the defensive tackles. Like Jonathan Taylor's just gonna walk right through that. Like he's not even gonna see him there. So we need to, in order for Jesse's sim pressures to work, we need to be pressuring the quarterback way more often. We had a lot of success actually against the Colts pressuring the quarterback, but we just didn't go to it enough. They only had like 31 yards on 11 attempts or something through the air against the blitz, but we weren't calling blitzes enough. So I think it's such a small adjustment, but will we make it? That's the Chargers for you.
Yeah, true.
All right, so we do 5 keys to the game. So let us give you those keys, and then I'll let you guys speak to them after Cody and Shaq give them to you, since you did ask that question. So
the first key for the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Chargers is we have to become the more physical first. We got to become the physical team first. Basically meaning we got to run the ball, and then once we establish that run game and we find out the Chargers can't stop the run game, that's when we mix in the throws, KOC. That's when we mix in the passes, KOC, and the play action. And then once you complete all that, then you can do a trick play. But you can't mix it all up without consistency and continuity into what the offense should be. So once you play physical, establish that run game, then that's where you can get the tricks and, you know, all that fun stuff you love to do.
All
All right, so this is I brought it up earlier in the show, and Monday night it really hit me. Dan Orlovsky said during that Monday night game, the second game, he said good red zone teams run the ball, right? And I think we could be a good red zone team if we ran the ball. Last week it was 2nd and 1, pass the ball. 3rd and 1, pass the ball. You know, and the penalty happened. Then it was 3rd and whatever, and we passed the ball, and it didn't make any sense to me. And the only time we did run the ball in the red zone last week was out of a wildcat formation, Jordan Mason, and he scored a touchdown on the first run play. So run the ball when you're in the red zone, KOC. I don't care. Run the ball, look at 3rd down, then pass the ball, then kick the field goal. If at the end of the day we're kicking a field goal, then it might as well just run the ball twice until you're on 4th down.
You got a point.
Mason, the dude gets hit and he falls forward a yard. At least get the yard. Make it easier on the kicker. But yeah, run the ball. Dan Orlovsky said it best. It really hit home when he said it on Monday night. And it really reminded me of that 2nd and 1 for the Vikings versus Eagles. And the Vikings haven't been doing it in the red zone this year. Is run the ball in the red zone. Good teams run the ball.
All right.
Number 3, know when to blitz Herbert. This is for B-Flow. Since I didn't make him run laps with Quasi and KOC, this is going towards you, so you don't have to run laps. Know when to blitz Herbert, because the last time Herbert played us, he was dicing our defense up, and we were sending 5, we were sending 6, and then when we sent 4, it would be a deep pass. So we got to get Herbert uncomfortable, and we can't make it so obvious when we blitzing, because I feel like teams start to know, like, all right, they start to pick up on who's coming, and then they start throwing and avoiding our pressure. Know when to blitz, and then get the sacks, team. No more pressure. Turn those pressures into sacks. That's how you stop a drive.
Yeah, and the next key is easy on the eyes. So this is one of the biggest things that we have for a backup quarterback that comes in the game. Because I firmly believe Jay McCarthy was going to start his rookie year until he got hurt. We inserted Sam Darnold. And one of the things that made it a lot easier for Sam Darnold is when the plays were easy on him to read, easier to read the defenses. We were talking about it earlier. We're bringing the play clock all the way down to like 2 seconds, 1 second, when it's because, and we're breaking the huddle at like 17 seconds or right on 15 seconds. It's because KOC is just talking his mouth away. No, let the quarterback play quarterback, man. Let the quarterback play. Don't micromanage him anymore. We're talking about this with JJ McCarthy. We're thinking he's bubble boying JJ McCarthy. He's making it too vanilla. No, give him the play. All right, talk to him for a bit, for a couple seconds. Let him know, hey, look at that, and that's your 3rd progression. That is it. Let him manipulate the defense himself at the line. Let him figure out these complex thinking situations by himself. Otherwise, you're just going to have a guy that's going to listen to you, as a coach who is never played a professional game in his career at quarterback. We don't care, dude. Just call the play, let the quarterback manipulate it. He's a 1st-round pick, and you are a 6th-round pick for a reason. All right, make that happen. Let the quarterback figure that situation out, and not you. He's a 1st-round pick. You're a fucking 6th-round pick. Let him figure out the situation, because you couldn't do it in college or the pro level.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, KLC.
Oh shit! December 22nd, 2024. I'm gonna let y'all know, right? This is a crazy line. This is the last time the Vikings scored first quarter touchdown for offensive wise. It's been that far back. We did it against the Browns this year, but we only scored 2. We only have 2 first quarter touchdowns in the past 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. That's all. And in KOC's record, when he scores a first quarter touchdown, he is. Let me look at the stat real quick. He is a record of 21-6 when he scores a first quarter touchdown, a 77% off his total career winnings. He is 16-16 when he doesn't. Look at our record right now: 3-3, 500.
I will say the Commanders had no problems blowing the doors off of us after not scoring a first quarter touchdown. So it's not the end of the world if you don't do that against this team.
It is, because we'll let you guys back in the game. We'll go 6 red zone trips and not even score a touchdown.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking, is that it may be one of those who wants it less games, which can be very fascinating, where like both teams try to give it to the other. I think our game against the Bengals last year was really like that. Our Broncos game this year was a little bit like that. So
always down for one of those. Our game against the Raiders was like that last year. We won by 3, and we didn't score that 3 until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
After we brought in
Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins. This is our quarterback situation.
Yeah.
So that was a little a long-winded version to answer your question. But what do you guys think is the Chargers' keys to coming out to victory in this game?
In my opinion, I think it has to be we have to win the turnover battle. Like, if you notice, the last games we lost the turnover battle. Like, costly INTs. We're terrible in the red zone. I know you said I like that. Good running team. What did you say? Good teams running in the red zone. Like, and we need to do the exact same thing. We have been terrible in the red zone, and every time we thrown it was an interception. So I think that's not the way to go. I feel like back in the Super Bowl when Pete Carroll should have ran the ball and he threw it. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, we just need to run it in. Unfortunately, we don't have the running back for that right now. So it has to come down to the turnover battles. Like, I know you guys are going with Carson Wentz, right? So he makes terrible decisions when under pressure. So if we could get to him quick, I think we could force some interceptions that could give us the edge on this game.
Let me ask you guys a question about running the ball. Have you seen them do more Justin Herbert designed runs to help get it going?
Not as much as they should.
Yeah, in the first game they did a little bit of that, but it's kind of died down since then.
Didn't you already think Kansas City week 1?
Yeah, and I really think that that's the problem, because we're already so depleted with injuries. Like, at first, you seen like Herbert win the game with his legs in KC, and the following games he was a little bit more like running. But after all these depleted injuries, I feel like they don't even want to risk him getting hurt. That they don't even want to let him do it no more. Right. But I think like they should, because people don't account for Herbert's legs right now.
Yeah. And even a little read option, just a little read option, make the threat there. Right?
Yeah.
They're too busy looking at his eyes and his cheek structure and his flowing locks.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, Nick, that's what I've been wanting from KOC, a little read option, because, just trick the defense. Not the same Bono play, run, pass. They keying on to the pass, KOC.
Yep. Make them send that pressure.
Yeah.
If we went through a game where we never went back to the shotgun, I would be happy.
If I was a betting man, and I seen the Vikings did not score in the first quarter and the offensive touchdown in the first quarter, I'm betting against the Vikings. It's the better odds.
So you're taking that at half?
I'm taking after the first quarter, and where the odds are good.
Yeah.
What about you, Anthony? What do you think the key is for the Chargers to win this game?
I kind of agree with Jay as well. Red zone scoring. I think we're right now we have the second worst red zone percentage as far as touchdowns. I think only we're better than the Raiders, so that's saying a lot. So yeah, we gotta score and we get in the red zone. I mean, that's number one to me, and then because we moved the ball. Like, I feel like it's not really been a defense that just stopped us from moving the ball. We didn't move it that well against the Giants game, but I feel like that was kind of a weird game. I was at that game and it was super weird. Like, Joe Alt went down, Justin Herbert just didn't have it. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. But other than that, we've been able to move the ball against anybody. Just when we get in the red zone, we can't put it in. So I think that's going to mean a lot. And then the second thing I would say is get rid of the explosive plays. I think Nick pointed it out earlier where he said, the run game is getting gashed on the outside zone reads and stuff. And then also to go off of that as well, the pass game has been giving up like weird touchdowns or weird big plays. It's not like it's horrible pass defense the entire game, but it's like moments where it's just miscommunication where the corner doesn't know, who to pass off to the safety or vice versa. And it just ends up being an explosive play that sets them up either for a touchdown or in position to get points. And I think if you play on a team, you got, Addison, you got Justin Jefferson, you have those miscommunications, it's going to be a big play down the sideline, down the middle of the field that might end up being a touchdown or either put you in position. So you got to get rid of the explosive plays. And if Jones play, you got to get rid of it in the run game as well. And I think if you go into it, because I feel like last year and this year early on, we were in more of a bend, don't break defense. We weren't like this shut down defense. It was more of a like, okay, we'll give you 5 yards, we'll give you 3 yards. But then when we get in that red zone, if you get that far, we're going to be stout and we're not going to let you score. Now it's like explosive over the top, explosive on the ground. And that's not going to work against a team like you guys have. So we got to stop those explosives and we actually got to score when we get in the red zone.
So
That's
your
funny.
susceptible nature to the outside zone run, do you feel it's more so to the left or to the right of the offense?
You pick your poison. It doesn't even matter. Like we can't set the edge either way it go. But I do say that like a lot of that started to happen when Khalil Mack went out. And Khalil Mack is real good against the run. He's real good at setting the edge. He's real good at collapsing. So I think that will help. He only played what I think Jay said 12 snaps last game. So I mean, you can't really get anything out of playing 12 snaps. So I think with him, if he plays a full workload, that will help on some of those outside runs. But at the end of the day, we just have to see, it and see how it goes out.
Yeah, I would say I really like what you said, Anthony, about the like the explosive plays, especially near the end of halves and especially with opponents in their own territory. Looking at the film, the biggest reason why this is happening is what I was saying earlier about pattern match coverages. We need to be playing drop zone coverage. Just play the zones. Quit it with the rules. Every single coordinator is stealing our lunch money with any coverage that has rules. Just like regular drop coverage, keep it in front of us, rally, and tackle. If we don't do that, I'm pretty sure KOC is going to steal our lunch money because everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
We might give you your lunch money back.
Yeah, it's true. It'd be a rapid exchange of lunch money going on here.
In school bully terms, we might flush your head down the toilet, but then to be, we might flush our own head down the toilet just to be, solidarity.
Yeah.
So Cody, what do you think about that? That their key is that they need to be better than a bend don't break defense, and they need to get better in the red zone.
It's a mirror reflection. It's like Harbaugh, AOC, like I said.
Right? Yeah, like it's literally like we're like
similar. They're on the same pace. They haven't won a playoff game. It's similar. It's very similar, and I can see why the Vikings top brass were going after those two coaches when they're interviewing. And it makes so much sense. Brian Flores, bend don't break defense. All right, and then Brian Flores doesn't really break, right? We get one play in the first quarter, and then we're shut out for 2.5, and then we give up a bunch because the offense doesn't score at all, like in the red zone, like you guys do. So it's a similar style team.
It really is.
And you guys like everybody was calling you guys like favorites to be a deep running contender in the playoffs after that first game against the Chiefs. And I do believe you guys still are that team. You guys are like the Eagles. You're still trying to, you're going to figure your shit out after these 2 game losses. You guys are a good team. And we just played the Eagles that were trying to figure their shit out for 2 losses. And now we get you guys after 2 losses trying to figure their shit out. I'm not very happy with this matchup. I'm scared of it because I think good teams figure their shit out. Right now, we are not a good team. We're not being called a good team because we can't figure our shit out.
That makes sense.
Cody's our positive one.
I'm super positive.
Mr. Positivity.
Do you think it's more of like, because I mean, a lot, I don't know, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't
feel quarterback, like Anthony.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Yeah, that's where I was going. Because I feel like a lot didn't change from y'all team except that. So do y'all think that is like why people don't respect you, or you got other problems than just the quarterback?
Well, No, it's the quarterback. It's definitely quarterback.
Okay.
It's because even with JJ McCarthy in there, like we got a fast car. Like I look at my nameplate. We got a very fast car, right? Driver's always the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like like at the beginning of the year, a lot of us were expecting, we're going to go on a deep run because we got this quarterback and take a hand on this. No, his first year actually starting with us.
Yeah. So I should have kept Sam, is what you're saying?
Whoa!
Jack.
I was waiting for that, to be honest.
Yes.
Waiting for that.
Yes. We should have kept Sam Darnold. We should have kept Sam Darnold for a year.
At least a year. I thought at least.
We tried. But he didn't want to sign for a year.
Yeah.
Because
I honestly think we should all get muted and just let Shaq have the floor.
That's honestly because, like, Sam Darnold was probably one of KOC's best claims to fame besides building up Kirk Cousins. And he ran the offense how KOC envisioned the offense to run. Take the deep shot when he can, and then he's going to hand the ball off back when we had a good Aaron Jones. He was handing the ball off. Aaron Jones was getting those chunk yardage, and then he would drop back and have Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison run a deep route, get open, and then catch an explosive touchdown. So the only benefit Sam Darnold brought us was the deep pass game that KOC loves, but we still couldn't score in the red zone. So that's kind of what we kind of looking forward to in the quarterback now.
Yeah. I guess that's, better than, I didn't watch a lot of y'all games, but I did watch because one of my good friends, he is a Vikings fan. So he, like, if the Chargers not on, I will watch you guys if I'm watching with him. So I watched the first couple of JJ games, and I'm just like, I don't know. I mean,
bro, you almost could have been a Viking fan if you would have Adrian Peterson instead of talking.
Hey man, hey, for real. I at least to like Moss back in the day, but but
everybody loved Moss.
Yeah, everybody exactly. Like, everybody loved
Moss in the playground.
Yeah, everybody loved Moss.
So how do you guys think that Charger fans are feeling about this game going into it? Because you guys obviously talk to Charger fans and you're in the community. Like, what's the vibe going into this game among Charger fans?
Honestly, at least on my channel, you could feel the Charger PTSD tough. Like, people already gave up on the season like last game. Like, and it's crazy because like we do so good and they jump on it hot, but like one bad game and they just like give up quick. Honestly, I think. But I feel like a lot, at least in the comment section on the last video I posted, a lot of people feel hopeful towards this Vikings game. A lot more than I did. I was actually a little bit concerned because we have been getting blown up and with big chunk plays, and you guys do have like the best wide receiver in the fucking league, and Justin Jettis and Jordan Addison, which I wish we would have picked up instead of QJ secretly, dog. But it's like, so now I'm like, bro, that's how they've been beating us the last couple of weeks. You don't think that the Vikings are gonna want to do the exact same thing? Hell yeah.
Hey, QJ going up this year.
No, don't get me wrong. I defend him on my channel a lot, but I mean,
me too.
Jordan Addison, Jordan Addison, dog.
Yes,
I'm a QJ apologist. Like,
I'm
a QJ apologist for sure.
QJ's got a higher ceiling.
Yeah. I think, like from my standpoint, like the Charger fans that I've talked to, it's kind of like a mixed feeling, and I think it's more of like I remember all the preseason predictions coming into the Vikings week. Every time you got there, people are like, I mean, it's a toss-up. I think the Vikings might take it, or, maybe it could be the Chargers. But I think that was coming from looking at the schedule, and people are like, okay, I think you guys will get a couple dubs. You might lose to the Chiefs, but then you'll beat the Raiders. You should beat the Broncos. You're going to beat the Giants. You're going to beat the Commanders. You probably will beat the Colts. And then there's like, you're not going to keep winning, so you might lose to the Vikings. But that's not how it went, though. We won our first 3, and then we lost to the Giants. Then we lost to the Commanders. We had to scratch and crawl to beat the Dolphins. So I think that's what people are, like, pissed about. Like, we won games that maybe we shouldn't have won, but then we lost games that we should have won. And now we're playing the Vikings team, and while we might feel like we could win or should win, like, it might not go that way. So I think people are kind of mixed with it. So I don't know. We'll see. I know I'm mixed with it. I don't know.
Well, if it makes you guys feel better, when we were predicting our season, we looked at from the Eagles, the Chargers, the Lions, and the Ravens. We looked at that as our gauntlet. We were like, that's our murderer's row right there.
Yeah.
So we knew this was going to be a
50%.
tough game coming in.
Yeah, I mean,
What I'm saying is you're part of a murderer's row for us in the preseason prediction. So we knew this was going to be a hard game. We weren't saying, we're going to win this. We were like,
yeah.
What vibe are you picking up, Nick, from the Chargers fan base?
But so are the Ravens, and look at how that's worked out. So I hope that we're not, that's my cynical Chargers fan side talking. But yeah, I think that people just know that there needs to be adjustments. A lot of what we've said on this podcast, we do have the talent to do big things. We have the talent to win playoff games. Even I'll make a bold statement here, but even with the healthy people that we currently have on our offensive line, especially if we have Joe Alt, I think we have the talent to win playoff games. We just got to be able to adjust and roll with the punches, which has never been our strong suit, and that's the issue.
Carson won 7-0 in Thursday Night Football. Is that a correct stat? 7-0.
That's a correct stat.
Oh,
I gotta ask Emiliano.
I forgot to
Emiliano's
sneak
been
that
here
in.
for a lot of hate, Emiliano, and I just want to know who hurt you. Was it George Springer? Yes, Carson went to 7-0 on Thursday Night Football.
We're
0 for the game in Navy uniforms, at least in these Navy uniforms, not in the ones.
I've never been to a Carson Wentz game before, so we'll see what happens. Because I'm actually going to this game, and I'm like 5-11.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there too.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah,
Are you coming all the way out, huh?
Yeah, flying out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, I will pay you all each $500 if you restrain that man and keep him out of the stadium.
And he go to the game. It's bad luck for you.
Well, I'm 5-11 when I've gone to games. But I'm 3-2 against the Chargers, Fish.
What's the Vikings record?
3-3.
See,
Fellas, the four of us traveled to Minneapolis for the home opener because Keith Hansen made that trip. We lost that abysmal game to the Falcons.
Oh.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
that was him.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Jack.
But was the trip at least fun?
Yeah,
it was fun.
It
was fun. We stayed in the hood.
Hey,
you seen the movie The Hangover? It's kind of like that.
Right.
Have you seen that movie, Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh, yeah.
There was a moment where it was like that.
If McCarthy starts against the Lions, right, he has the same trajectory as Troy Aikman.
Think so.
9 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, 1,700 some odd yards. Just trash completion percentage, right? Hall of Fame quarterback. Like people, our fan base, man, are so fast to sell a quarterback out, and it's crazy.
I wouldn't know. Our fan base loved Sam Darnold last year, even though he lost to 2 teams.
But then towards the end of the year when they lost, it's so fast.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like, to be fair, that there hasn't been a ton of quarterback stability throughout the history of the Vikings in general.
No,
so
you're correct.
It's kind of what
not my lifetime.
You keep.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if anyone was alive, for Fran Tarkenton. But
Yeah, this is.
But even Fran Tarkenton left. So
Well, let's be honest though. We did get some stability, and we didn't like him. That's Kirk Cousins.
With Kurt, yeah. Yeah, y'all should have kept Kurt. That's what y'all
This
should
is
have did.
this is the 5th time in
Hell no.
history, 5th time in franchise history since 1961, the Vikings drafted a first-round quarterback.
Our quarterbacks always get hurt. That's what happens when we draft them.
I don't know, Fran Tarkenton.
Well, we have quarterbacks, and then we just don't support them. So, I mean, I don't know which one is.
Oh yeah, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have Philip Rivers forever. I wonder what that's like.
I mean, it was great, but it's like you just never got there because.
Do y'all ever get questioned about Dan Fouts?
No, that's before my time. So
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Air Coryell was amazing.
That was fun football.
Those were like the
Reinvented
better
passing.
days of the Chargers.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, that was before my time. But I mean, looked it up, seen a lot. Seemed like it was fun. Seemed like we didn't. I don't know. It seemed like that curse came around the '90s. It seemed like.
You guys are the same football team as the Minnesota Vikings, honestly.
Yeah, literally.
We're just
Literally.
we're
Just the
playing.
How many
Messi version.
Super Bowls have the Chargers lost?
How many? What?
One right against the Niners.
Yeah, one against
That-
the Niners.
Oh,
That's the only one they've been to?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was alive for that one, but Vikings have lost 4, and I wasn't alive for those though. But yeah, I think there's a lot of mere reflection of these teams, not just this year, just
Right.
throughout.
Just history.
History. Let's do this real quick before we do our score predictions. If you could sum up being a Charger fan in one word, what would it be, Jay?
Oh man, in one word. Damn, I can't even put one word. I can't even
Damn
put one word
works.
on it.
Damn works.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say just PTSD.
All right, so we're still mirroring. What about you, Anthony?
I say rough. It's like you have highs, really high highs. You like, oh man, like we got a quarterback, we got receivers now, we got a stud left tackle, stud right tackle. We got a stud running back. Even before this season, if you go back to the Phillip Rivers days, you got quarterback, you got a running back, you got a defense, you got a receivers. You got a coach that you like. And then just something crazy, like the craziest possible way ever, like for you to lose and just end your season will happen. So it's rough. It's just, that's the only way to describe it. It's rough. You get your excitement up and then it's got to be faithful. That's it.
Yeah,
Go for it, Nick.
Insane in the best way. There's nothing better than watching this team win, but I've had to go through so much personal growth to be able to handle watching this team lose. Like I've had to so much like breathing, so much like acceptance of deep and difficult emotions. It's so hard. It'll be easier against the Vikings just because like I feel like we're kindred spirits. I feel like it's not like a Chiefs or a Raiders game where it's gonna be miserable walking out of there. Right. Like there's sort of like a mutual knowledge and respect of what's going on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a strange way though, like, I wouldn't trade for anything, man. Like I'm addicted to this team, and like I love to see us win a Super Bowl, but I don't ever want the Chargers to turn into like a normal team. Like if we won a Super Bowl, I wanted us to do it in the wackiest damn way we can.
Yeah, that's funny you say that, because I always say, like, if the Vikings ever won a Super Bowl, I wonder if that would like kill some of it, because like it's always that chase of trying to get to that first one, and we've never won it, but we're still fans. Like I wonder how it changes things, like if we were to win one. And kind of like you, I get insane when the Vikings lose. But doing this is like, this is our therapy, right, Fish?
Right.
Yes, sir, it is. It's like a toxic relationship. Like it's gonna piss you off, it's gonna make you hate it, but you'll be back next week again. You'll be back again.
Yep. All right, fellas. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. So let's go ahead and give our score predictions to this game. So what I want to hear from you guys is who's gonna win and what the score is gonna be. And I'm gonna have Michael Fish lead this off.
I'm finally gonna do it. I can't ignore the facts that are going into this game. Chargers are gonna win 28-23.
I don't like that.
I don't like that, Fish.
Me neither.
I put the hat on.
You go into the game.
I'll wear this to the game, Fish.
I don't know if that's enough, Keith. I don't know.
All right. Nick, what do you got?
I'm going to go 27-24 Chargers, but the Vikings are going to have, if the Chargers win, the Vikings are going to have a very good chance to win that they blow, and vice versa.
All right. I'm going to go Minnesota Vikings win this football game. 27-23.
Just had to flip
Anthony?
it around. Huh?
Yeah, I think we come in. I think defense is improved. They're pissed off. I think they come out with a point to prove. I think the offense picks up where it left off in the second half against the Colts, and we end up getting the W 31-27. And we move on.
Yeah, that's gonna be that slugfest. What do you got, Cody?
I got I think the Chargers are a good football team, just like the Eagles were. They're on a two game lose streak. They're gonna figure their stuff out, just like the Eagles did. I got Chargers 26, Vikings 23.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is sad. This is a sad day. That the Eagle game got you guys down. I see it.
No, the Eagle game does not have me down at all.
It's a good team. We don't have a driver.
Statistics.
Car.
What's the main statistics, Fish?
You know, there are just certain intangibles that you can't quantify.
Quarterback.
No.
Yeah, quarterback. Yeah, quarterback.
I was thinking more like the 12th man.
Seahawks?
Yeah, we're not gonna have a 12th man.
I was gonna say you guys.
Yeah, you do. You got one tomorrow.
He's talking about me. He's talking about me. All right, Jay, what's your prediction for this game?
I actually got us edging you guys out 24-21. I know I don't want field goals in this game, but I feel like Digger's just gonna bail us out this one last time.
Dicker the kicker.
Yeah. We're too
All right,
alike.
Shaq, help me out here, man. Or leave me.
Are you going to the
drown.
game?
Aye.
Aye.
So I feel like it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna go 24-17. Vikings win. 4-quarter touchdown.
Thank you.
Carson Wentz might reclaim the job against the Lions.
That's fun to break on that.
It's your poison. It's your poison.
So we got 2 for the Vikings and 5 for the Lions. And I just want to let you guys know, Chargers. He said Lions, got me thinking Lions, Chargers. This is the first time that any of us had taken anybody aside from the Vikings, and you got 2.
I'm kind of like if I'd known that, I would have taken Chargers.
Yeah, for real. Like, that's not giving me good vibes. Like, I hate when we favorite it. I hate when people think we're gonna win. I just don't like it. It never works out in our favor.
Sound like a Viking fan.
I'm just really hoping for this one time they could get it together. My birthday's on Friday, and I don't want them to fuck that up.
Well, your favorite high school football team can win on Friday.
Yeah, your birthday, your whole birthday riding on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's a rough one. The day after.
I might just cancel my birthday this year, depending on this game, bro.
It's after the next win.
Hey, Emiliano, you better watch that back. I did too say it loud and proud and stern. Damn it. I'm gonna be at that game, all right? We ain't no Seattle Mariners here. We gonna win. Sorry, I love Emiliano, but he's a Seattle Mariners fan. So every time he starts jabbing, I got.
I wish you guys would have won last week or the week before, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Cody's always scared of a loss because he'd be mad.
Yeah, you guys are pissed.
I mean, we came off a loss. We could be mad too.
Yeah, damn right.
We're mad. Yeah,
but we have to win though. Like, honestly, I mean, this is kind of, I won't say soft spot, but at the last 10 games, this 5, including tomorrow's game, is the softest spot out of it. So
I don't think you guys.
We're part of the spot. You guys are part of our gauntlet. It's some bullshit.
I mean,
I'm
just saying, like,
just because who your division is, right? You got the Colts look good,
Raiders,
right? But again, they can melt at any time.
Right.
The Colts can melt, and you guys take over right away. Us, it's a must-win game because every single team in the North, NFC North, is good this year. Like, they're good.
Yeah.
So,
You guys have a real gauntlet of a division compared to us. Like, and I also think that the AFC West in general is in a down year. Like, I'll be honest, I don't think the Ponies are that good. They got really lucky to be in first place right now. I don't think Bo Nix is good at all.
Yeah. But we got Vikings, Titans, Steelers, Jags, and Raiders.
you guys got the 3-2 record right there. Maybe a 4-2.
And it has to be. I feel like it needs to be 4-1 because at the end we
Yeah,
go.
hell yeah.
We
You
go.
want to
We
hear?
go.
You want to hear our gauntlet? It went Eagles, Lions, Ravens, and Packers.
I mean, that's kind of us. Like at the end, we got Eagles, Chiefs,
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Cowboys are starting strong.
We got
And
the
Texans,
Texans and
which
then
is wrong.
Broncos. That's how we end the season.
You guys are smoking the Texans. Texans are
You
garbage.
say that, but
I mean,
this
their
is the
offense
Chargers.
is
We never
bad,
smoke
but
the Texans.
yeah, that's yeah.
You think you got a bad offensive line?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
offense is
But
bad.
it's the Texans, man. Like Davis Mills beat the Chargers when he was quarterbacking the Texans. When we had Justin Herbert in 2020. Like Davis Mills, man. Anything can happen with the Texans. The same with the Jags. Like if we win that Jags game, I'm gonna be shocked. The juju against the Jags is like so far through the floor. It's on the other side of the earth. I swear.
I see you guys beat the Jags by 10 and a half.
I hope.
I think this year, yeah. At least what I've watched in the Jags games, I think we got them this year for sure.
They had their Super Bowl, and that was against the Bills. That was their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys out of here. We'll be live after the game if you guys want to pop on and to kind of go what we talked about, So, and I'll see you guys because we'll do some stuff where we're just talking football and just bullshitting. So we can do this again. You guys are really cool. So,
okay,
Thank
yeah,
Yeah, most definitely,
appreciate
man.
you
You guys
for
are
having
dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
all right, fellas.
All right, see you guys.
All right, with the enemy. And shout out to all those guys because honestly, I just found them like either late last night or this morning were willing to come on and do it. So that was cool. They really had no prep to come on here and represent.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like I'm here on the coast. I thought I'm gonna definitely find some fans because they're actually on my time zone. Normally, we're asking these guys what's going with the enemy, and it's like 10 o'clock. A 10 o'clock start time for them. Bad for Michael Fish, but I feel bad for the enemy. So I was like, oh. A good time for these people. Come on, but it was actually hard to get some Charger fans on here. And there's actually a lot of Charger podcasts out there, but
it's in LA. It's in LA. It's a tourist town, bro.
Okay. I just said they have podcasts. There's a lot of podcasts out there for the Chargers.
There's some good Chargers fans out there, but it's hard to find actual Chargers fans. I think those guys were true Chargers fans.
I think USC could beat the Chargers.
I think if you added a USC, you added a USC fan, you might get more of them than you get Chargers fans.
Because USC could beat the Chargers.
All right, Cody. Cody, you got a call for us tonight before we go into the hot take?
Yes, I do have a call up for us tonight. Let me hurry up and find it real quick. Shit.
Want me to do it?
Yeah, put it on the screen because I'm trying to search the script. I had it located. It's way up there.
If you'll watch on YouTube, say nah.
Oh yeah. Why did I not remember this?
How did
I forget this? I've been screaming it since week 3. Yes, the Vikings. My calls it from here is something it's something I've been screaming since week 3. It needs to happen, and I need it to happen this game. And otherwise, I can call us a contender for any kind of playoff spot or not. The Vikings need to score 2 first quarter touchdowns this game, and they will score 2 first quarter touchdowns. We saw the win-loss percentage from KOC. He's 21-6 when the Vikings score a first quarter touchdown in his overall record. They need to score 2 first quarter touchdowns this week, tomorrow night, Thursday night football, to match their season total scores in the first quarter in order to win this game. The Vikings will score 2 first quarter touchdowns.
Buying or selling, Fish?
Absolutely selling that. We're not going to score any touchdowns in the first quarter.
I hear you.
Man, I hope that thing is the talisman that you're trying to make it into.
Well, it's not, so I don't know how it's going to work on them.
It don't need to work on me.
It does. I was going to the game with it. Jackie buying herself to get 2 touchdowns in the first quarter on Thursday.
Oh, I'm buying this for $100. I believe we're going to get the 2 touchdowns. Matter of fact, I believe we're going to do even better. I think we're going to get 3 first quarter touchdowns. Going to the half, 21 points. And then we're going to kick a field goal in the fourth quarter just to win the game.
Do you know what KOC's record when he does score 2 first quarter touchdowns?
No, I don't. Do you have information?
You have it. He's 8-1.
That one loss was to Detroit.
Yeah, it was against Detroit. You're correct.
We were up 14
that?
to nothing, and then they scored 21 points in the second quarter.
Yep.
And just kept going.
Yep.
Hmm.
First quarter touchdowns, man. You got to get on top. You have to get on top right away, especially with the lulls in the offense during the other quarters. You got to get on top.
Shaq,
Yeah.
I think I would hate that, what you just said, even more than 21
What?
points in the first quarter and then just disappear and barely win by a field with the – oh, my God.
Hey,
You
it's
win.
forgot that KOC offense?
Hey,
You forgot about that side of KOC offense.
He's 21
You
and
start off
6.
hot.
He's 21 and 6 when he scores a first quarter touchdown. We need to see it.
Wait, you got the information? 21-6?
Hey, no. He's 21 and 6. His overall record is 21 and 6 when he scores a first
No
quarter.
way. All right.
It's got to
I
happen.
like it. Official win to win. So 21 points and then it's a win. There's no.
I feel like you can even overcome 21 first quarter points, Keith.
Yeah. Versus the Colts.
Yeah, I'm hoping he can overcome it.
Probably good that he was muted there.
You me? Because I just started talking about fantasy?
No, I didn't mute you. I swear to.
Oh,
Your
I was
mic
like,
was
yeah,
going in and out, and I guess it just kaput.
Mhm.
I was like, my fantasy team couldn't overcome 21 points. What about yours?
They definitely did overcome 21 points.
Oh, Shaq. No, they didn't. They were up the whole time.
I'm going to win that.
Sounds better.
All right, fellas. It is Wednesday night, and I know that you guys got to work tomorrow. I got to get ready for a game tomorrow, so we should probably go ahead and get into these hot take predictions. Who's ready? All right, Michael Fish, what do you got?
Max Brosmer will replace Carson Wentz in this game by the end of the third quarter.
Okay. I want to give that a better reaction, but I hate it because you kind of stole my thunder. Mine's simply that Max Brosmer will complete at least one pass in this game. I feel like I've been getting sniped all night, to be honest.
You should start going
And
first.
and it's all not even just the hot takes. Like I'm always getting ready to say something, and somebody else says something. Like Fish has been you took hit, man. Like I just feel like this whole time, every time I'm getting ready to say something, I'm so excited to say it. Someone else says something else, I'm like, I don't even want to say it, but I have to because I don't got nothing else. All right, Shaq, what do you got?
Jordan Addison will score a rushing touchdown this game.
What?
Oldie but goodie. I think I nailed that one last year. Was that the one against the Packers? That was last year, right? Yeah.
That was last year.
I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I hope it's from like 70.
I hope it's in the red zone.
No, I don't want to see a trick play in the red zone, Shaq. I want to see Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason off left Darisaw's left hip, driving it straight in.
Pretty simple. Pretty simple. What about you, Cody? What do you got?
My hot take is JJ McCarthy was not ready versus the Eagles last week on Sunday. I think KOC thinks he's not ready. I think the mechanics are off. I think he still needs a lot of learning to go. So my hot take is JJ McCarthy was not ready, and he's still not ready heading into this Thursday game. and I don't think he's going to be ready heading into the Lions game.
So your take is JJ McCarthy will not start against the Lions?
No, it's a hot take, not a prediction. We're not predicting.
Bro.
He's not ready.
Walk off the set, drop some mic.
All right, we'll be live tomorrow after the game. Let's go.